Hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome in. Hello. Shark bait. Thank you for the 4 months, dude. I appreciate you, Phoenix. Thank you for the 33 months. Why is there a child? Because it's trying to get the guy. And every time somebody subs, it has to start all the way over again and you make it have to walk more. Stupid kid. Crow, thank you for the 26 months. Hello. My day was good. Day was swell. All right. OBS is being a doo-doo head. Gotta fix it. I gotta fix it. But I can fix it on the other screen. I just can't hear certain things right now. So I'll have to fix it. All right. I cannot hear alerts, but it's an OBS thing and I know how to fix it. It's just really dumb that it happens at all. So allow me a minute to turn everything off and turn it back on again. But we are doing Phas today for anybody that's curious. It's been a week. It's been a week and a half, if you will. And I haven't had time to check out new games and everything. So I was like, you know what? You can't get more comfy than Phas. Right. And less because technology. I know. Pix, how are you? Nessa, welcome in. Hello. Oh, I can't hear anything yet. I still can't. Cow Chips, thank you for the 6 months. Thank you, Perp. Thank you for the 7. Saint, thank you for the follow. Cap, thank you for the 15. Is that a tier 3? What the hell's wrong with you? Shy, thank you for the gifted to Lex. All right, let's try to do that thing. I can't hear anything. Irish, I swear. Hold, please. Just hold. I can't hear anything. Like, I hear the music and all that jazz. I hear all that. The issue is I can't hear the alerts, and I know why it is. I just got to fix it. Ay, caramba. All right, I got to make sure I do the same thing with blurps. Literally turn them on and turn them back off. It's not because you had a bad day. No. That's not what it is. It's OBS, and it does this sometimes when I reset my computer. There's no reason for it. It just happens. I have no explanation. That's why there was no music at first, because it decided to remove the source. I just had to add it back. It was fine. No big deal. But all right, I guess we'll just keep on trucking and see what we can fix on our way. Irish, thank you for the subs. Thank you for the great tips on Phas. Of course. That is what I'm here for, friend. Wait. I can't hear that. All right. Hold on. It's like this volume's up, right? Gosh darn it. Shy, thank you for the 2 months. Gosh dang it. It was hot today. I was inside all day. Imagine hearing. I don't want to imagine. I would like to just hear. Yeah, Katie, hello. Thank you for the raid. We'll get there. We'll get there. Doc. Oh, Doc. I sent Doc a message today and I said, I'm sorry for the clip that I'm going to post today. And all he responded with was, okay. And then he saw what I posted. If you haven't seen it yet, you should check it out. It does feature Doc. Oh man, Katie, I hope you had a great stream. Lady, welcome in. Hello. Cajun, thank you for the 1 year Prime. Oh, it was so funny. I was cracking up editing it. Yeah, it was so funny. Butter, thank you for the 11 months. Oh man. Some days when the lift is just too much. So you're saying the clip shows that? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I might have shown Doc how to play sausage in the hole. You know, maybe. Thank you, Saint. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. The collabs with Doc are always a good time. It doesn't matter what game we play. It really doesn't matter at all. If we're playing a game with any of the friends, it's just a freaking blast. All right, let me try this instead. Let's try this. Olive. Hi, Olive. How are you, friend? I'm just, trying to fix OBS. Because, you know, classic. It's broke. It's just the audio. I just can't hear it. I can hear it. Told you. The way that I have to fix it, if any of you know what OBS is, like, and how to use it, I have to go into my audio mixer. I have to disable the audio source, close it, reopen it, re-enable the audio source, close it, and then it works again. I don't understand. Why does this happen? Ay. Lizzie, thank you so much for the 33 months, tier 3. Holy moly, the tier 3s, dude. I need to think of something. Oh, Inherited Drake, thank you for the 21 months. Must have been the wind. Yes, that must have been what it was. Use third-party app. It's just, no, the audio is fine. It is perfectly fine. I have it where it goes. I have the way the source is so that it goes to my headphones, right? You guys can hear it. I can hear it, but then it's not inside of my VOD. And I feel like I have a way that I make that work. But sometimes the audio mutes itself. Yeah, it's weird. Now you know. I mean, if that works for you, it's been that way for OBS for me for a long time. Yeah. Draco, thank you for the biddies. I did not hear that. Do I have that as a separate alert? I didn't think I did. Do I? Just resub. Oh, Kelsey, try to refresh Twitch. If you refresh Twitch, I bet it'll go through. So how about the clip I sent you, Flash? If you don't want to, wait, which one? Oh, the one of my wife? That one I showed her, if that's what you're talking about. You dock her gems and don't deserve. Oh, stop it. You knock it off right now. You stop it. Horror game, hello, how are you? But yeah, we're doing Phas today, and I'm doing all random maps. We're not spending time with which map we're going to play. Let's do a drop for a map. We'll do a vote for a map. Nope, it's random the entire night. We're going to let it slide. Yes, okay. She thought it was pretty funny. And just the tone of her voice. You're right. You're 100% that she's really the only one that can shut me down like that. Yeah. You found my Twitch and Phas when searching Flashbang on Twitch. Okay. ATV, hello, friend. Do the Wheel of Phas maps. Well, no, we're just going to use, there's a random button inside of the game. Why wouldn't I just use that? Start a mortuary assistant. It's pretty good. Oh, it's scary. Dude, it'll catch you. It'll catch you. So chances of Blood Moon probably went up since you want random maps. That's not what it means. Blood Moon should still technically be 2%. Yeah. Tika, hello. All right. Let me one last thing and then we'll move over and do the things. Nightmare. I don't know. I might change it up. I might do a bunch of different difficulties. We'll see. Can we gamble? Nah, I'm not interested, but thank you though. It's something I don't like to do very often. Okay, so I heard the sub earlier. Why didn't I hear the bits? That I don't understand because it's a part of the same source. Blood Moon. We doing perfect game or not? I will probably try for perfect game. Yeah. You didn't hear the bits either. Okay, we hear that. Why don't we hear the bits? Kuro, thank you for the 5 subs, friend. I don't understand. Okay. So you guys didn't hear it either. Okay, we'll just keep moving, and maybe it was Twitch. Maybe Twitch was having a stroke. I don't know. I just saw the coin pop up. Okay. Imagine Twitch twitching. It's really easy to imagine. What's going on? The alerts are haunted. Yeah, it's because it's Twitch. All right, we're opening Phas. We're opening it. Thank you guys so much for the hype train, man. Oh, Olive. I think I heard that. The music was still going, but I think I heard it. Chiba is just a blurb machine. It doesn't matter what he says. It can always be misconstrued to be turned into a blurb. I heard it too.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Yippee skippy. Yes. Oh my God. Kate, thank you for the 19 months. Hope we get Point Hope to rescue Bruce. You know, I think that could possibly be in the cards. It's not up to me, though. It is up to the randomizer, aka the random button that's inside of Faz. But yeah, we heard it. Hey, the sounds are fixed. Let's go. Thank you, guys. My God. Woo! Everyone okay? See, this is why I like to do Faz a lot. Doing all that extra thinking of like new game stuff, it's tough. Chiba is a breathing clip library. Yeah. Yeah. I had like a gross vision of him as a library. I don't know why that happened. Shauna, thank you for the 2 months. Hi, Shauna. How are you? Hoping for school without parabolic. Why would I not use the parabolic? I should turn this off. I should turn this off. Yeah. Okay. We're turning that off immediately. It's his birthday. It is his actual birthday. Yes, this is true. This is very true. Literal book spine. Oh, I feel like it would be, I don't know. If Chiba had a library, like an actual library, I feel like Chiba's library would be like what the inside, like, I don't know. How do I word this? The structure of it would be like a shower. And then there would be nothing but area rugs all over the place. And just cat houses galore. How-to books for days. Right. And it's just Chiba, just cleaning all the time. What are you doing? Cleaning the shower? He's vacuuming. Boxes. There would be boxes. That's right. Dinks. Dinks. Thank you for the subs, dude. Man. Vacuums. Out the wazoo. But there's just an endless amount of people on every floor that look like Cheebs. And they're all vacuuming. And the area rugs have nothing but cat faces. Yeah. I feel like we can make this happen. I think this could be a thing. To count as a library is only 2,000 books. My girlfriend, oh my God, your girlfriend has a library. A mountain of empty product boxes and just a line of Keurigs that haven't been cleaned ever since Keurig became a thing. Yeah. I think that's a thing. I think we're onto something here. Pack, thank you for the follow. Blood gift, hello, welcome in. Good old Nate, hello. Tool, hello. All right. So like I said, we're doing random maps today. Can someone make this in Sims? I think we could make it a thing. So I think difficulty wise, I'm thinking of I'll start on Nightmare and then we might switch it up. I might do a pro game. I might do Insanity. I might do No Evidence. I don't know. But then, I mean, obviously we can't let the map dictate what difficulty we're doing. We're going to just let it be random the entire night. I think that's the plan. Play that in solo. Test yourself. That's right. That's right. Little Iron Lady, I hope you're good, friend. Yeah, there's a few things we're trying. I am trying out some different moderation things, like automatic things. We'll see if those work. You know, all the things. But before I go into this, let me make sure that I am good everywhere, and then we'll rock. Yeah. Thank you guys for all of the love before we have even started a single map. I'm not trying to replace you. How dare you? Didn't you have a randomizer wheel? I still do technically have a randomizer wheel. I have a, but that's if I want to do random map, random difficulty. I want to wait until I have all tier 3 equipment to start doing challenges like that again. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Hey, Tornado, what's up, man? We'll give it a shot though. Yeah. Austin, welcome in. Went to multiplayer, seen 6 lobbies. Hey, as long as you reported them, man, you're good. Hey, Sam. It's because you can't work too good. I'm aware of that, but it's one less thing that you have to look at like that. You know what I mean? I guess that's the way I look at it. If there's things that I can automate that make you guys not have to watch that thing, I would love to take that away so you don't have to worry about it. You're definitely going to get the July sub goal by Saturday. I don't know. For those of you that don't know, I do have a 24-hour stream coming up, and it's going to be happening this Saturday. Your badge is a darker shade of red, so it's a shade. Okay, I'll write that down. Living off the high of a concert I went to last night while trying not to melt. Oh my God, Luca. Hey, Marilyn, how are you? How do you report the lobbies? It's really, really easy. I will show you how to do it right now, and then we'll get into games. The odds, I don't know if we're going to see anybody. Wait, hold on. Backpedal, reverse, go back.
There are others out there in need of help.
They should just, okay. This should be turned off. Drops are done. Drops are done. People are probably asking a bunch because this still exists. There's no drops right now. We will let you know when there's another one. There is none right now. Let's see if there's a lobby for us to do the thing. Not a single one. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so if you were to report somebody, I'm just going to go, because if you join a lobby, when you join a lobby, you will get recent players populated with the people that were there. So if you go to recent players, look at all these nerds. You go to the little red button, the little red one, that's how you report the player. And then you go over to Steam to get their, or whatever platform it is, to get their information. So if I wanted songs, I could click on that and then it would take me to his page and I could save that. Don't report song. He didn't do anything, I promise. But yeah. Yeah, super easy. Someone warned song. Listen, Doc, that's what they were talking about before. Because I was using you as an example if I were to ban somebody, like if I were to report somebody. That's why they kept saying you were going to get banned. You have an unread. No, all my unread messages are just invites to games. They're not actual messages. Yeah. Matthew, hello, friend. I'll go. Don't, Cinnamon, don't you dare. Don't you do it. Copper. Oh my goodness. It has been 9 months. Well, it is time for you to name the child. That is up to you and you alone, friend. I can't help in that manner. Right, think of the follow, man. All right, let me do this and then we're ready to rock. This time you are the father. Damn you, Maury. Hey, Zachary, how are you? All right, go there. Do that. Save that. All right, that should be good. Okay. When is the next time you're going to play with Doc? I don't know. If I knew, I would announce it. Usually Doc and I plan to stream the day of. The amount of warning that we give people is extremely last minute. It's because we don't know. It's like, oh, what are you doing? You playing? Yeah, what are you doing? I'm playing. We should do a thing. And then we just do. So you never know. He's a busy man. It just happens though. All right, we'll go there. Do one of those with a side of one of those. All right, I'm going to keep my eyes on stuff. Raven, hello. Doc's a busy man. Wait, what? All right, so we're going to start on... Should I start on Pro instead of Nightmare? And like maybe work my way up? What do you think? Like start here and then like on the next one, go Nightmare and then Insanity and then da-da-da? Maybe that's what I do. Maybe it has to move. Maybe it has to move. Sparkle, I see you. Hi, friend. All right, I need to fix something because I can't see your message. Oh, wait, I think I know why. I think I know why. Hold on, I'm gonna try to fix it. Any tips on how not to be scared when you go inside of the house? Yeah, don't add any equipment and go into the house and let the ghost hunt you and do that multiple times. We talk about this a lot. You don't want to completely desensitize yourself because the fear of getting got and the fear, like that fear keeps you alive. It keeps you alive because you want to try to go out of the way to stay safe by going to hiding spots, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Is there an alpha? Get out of here. You get the hell out of here. If a ghost event happens, I usually stay still, especially if I'm out in the open. That's fair. Alpha, how are you, friend? Nicole, hello. I'm just trying to see if I can see all the messages. I'm not sure that I can. Lulu, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Okay, I'm going by. All right, bye, Alpha. We miss you. She was here and then she was gone. We miss her so much. The fear of losing all the money. That's if that fear keeps you alive, you do what you got to do. I'm good. It's so good to see you, friend. How is everything? Lulu, how was your stream? CDR Wolfie, thank you for the 5 months. How's Phasmos? Well, I'm about to get started. We're going to do a pro game at random, and then we're going to do a nightmare game, and then an insanity game. Maybe then a no evidence game. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to keep my eyes peeled on the multiple things going on to make sure I can see all the messages, which I think I can. You're going to try to have Mrs. Flash play again? I think there's a good chance of that. I'd say so. Yeah. Sparkle, how are things, friend? I'd say the chances are high. Yeah. Okay. That is on. All good. How about you? Good. I'm doing great, friend. I'm doing great. Start. No. What's the easiest way to tell the difference between a hunt and an event? If you can't see the door, you mean if you can't see the front door? If the ghost spawns immediately and you are on a difficulty where there is a buffer, like a, whatever you call it, a grace period. So pro, nightmare, even insanity has it. If there's a grace period and the ghost spawns immediately, like you see it immediately, that's an event. Because the ghost has that grace period before it'll start coming after you. If you can't see the front door, right? If the ghost is anything but the physical ghost model, so if it's translucent, if it's shadow, it has to hunt as a physical ghost model. That wasn't always the case. Yeah, Yetting, hello, friend, Mrs. Scott, Taylor, Ashton, thank you, dude. The lights will turn off for events too. Not every event, not all of them. Yeah, but a lot of them it will. Mm-hmm. That's what that means. Yeah. All right. I'm doing random maps all night. That was just kind of the plan. It makes it easier on us because then we don't have to try to work out which map it's going to be. We're just going to let the game decide for us. We're going to start with random and then, start with random. We're going to start with professional and then we'll probably move on from there. Yeah. I think that sounds like a plan. First time seeing your stream? Oh, well, just telling me to start is a really great first impression for you. Yeah. Mac, thank you for the follow. All right. Professional random. Let me make sure that my items are good. We definitely want to get the tier 3 of this guy. Zero, hello. Don't you wish high school? Please break. Please. You guys are mean. You guys are mean. Sessic, hello. How are you? Don't know how long I'm going to last. Just realized I haven't had any caffeine today. Best of luck. Oh my. Best of luck. Too late, son of a... You don't have to put numbers. We're not doing any voting. All right. Where to? Hey, look at that. That's good. We like that. Chat is never mean. We are the sweetest. Okay. All right. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Oh, my. Unlegit boy, welcome in. Hello, how are you? Where it all started. Listen, random brought me here. Aw, yeah. So sorry for your loss. Romina, hello. How are you? Just mean. Absolutely mean. Chat has been known to lie. Oh, I've done chat as years with you. I'm very well aware that chat lies. Do I like the newest update? I think the Chronicle update has been great. I still think perfect games should pay you a lot more. I think it would make people go for perfect games more often. Right now, I think people that are going for perfect games, honestly, it's not worth it. It's really not. But if you want to go for it, why not? Sure. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Did a thing happen? Hold on. Did somebody order merch and I didn't hear it? Oh, gosh darn it. Hold on. So, gosh. Well, whoever got the shirt and the merch, thank you, friend. Hold on. I got to fix the audio. I can't hear it. That's why I saw it pop up randomly. Hold, please. All right. I fixed it. All right. I think I fixed it. We'll find out soon enough. All right. Winter, hello. All right. We have a John Holland. Capture a photo of the EMF, capture 3 unique video, and also repel. We are going to start off on professional And then we'll go to nightmare and then insanity and then probably no evidence. Yeah. Really, my goal, I want to get to all tier 3. When I get to all tier 3, I'm going to start doing some more challenges. I think that's the plan. Yeah. You and your brother are playing better. Let's go. Hey, Ben, how are you? Thoughts on if loadout was also able to be randomized? Oh, I would like that a lot. If it's something that wouldn't be that hard for them to add, being able to randomize your loadout with a button, I'm down for it. It just makes it more fun. If you want to allow us to do random map, I would love to be able to do random loadout. Partners promised, oh, to get you merch. I would, listen, I'm going to have new merch eventually. I just have to have ideas. All right. This is pro, so I am going to have more hiding, which is nice. Yo, bro, where are you from? I'm from the United States, bruh. Boner, mirror. Holy night. Was that literally right here? I think I just saw myself. Mirrorception? Yeah, I think it was so bright because of the light that was coming off the mirror looking at my face. I do fear that was on. I think it was. I just don't know where Ghosty's walking. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go get motion sensors and see where it's going. Good night, Angel. Have a good one. Yeah, I saw the bone. I just don't have the photo camera on me. So we'll get there. Release different tarot card shirts over the months. I don't know if that's my thing. I definitely don't want to do something just to do it. If I'm going to do any kind of like, if I'm going to do any kind of merch, hopefully it would be something that would be somewhat relatable to me. You know what I'm saying? Shell, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Oh, don't we go search for it? No, I'm going to ask where the bone is again. I see my breath in there. So I'd say the chances of Ghosty being in here, pretty high. I got something I'm working on. What are you working on? For who? Garth, thank you for the 5 months. My day's been good, Big Bear. How's yours? Why is the Ghosty not walking and talking? It's definitely in there, yeah? Oh, yeah. 100%. Why? Like I'm going to tell you. Oh, man. Is it in there taking a poo-op? What are you doing, dude? Hey. It's shy? But why? We just want to be friends. Maybe it is. Maybe it's actually like, oh, you son of a... Well, not a djinn, I guess. Ray-Van, thank you for the 12 months. At least the breaker's here. Oh, now it's walking around. I heard it. The ghost has IBS. Ooh. All right, I'm going to go get my photo camera. Yeah, it is walking in and out of the bathroom. Imagine. Ghost is in the naughty corner, aka the bathroom. Mr. Rafa, hello. Such a shady ghost. A little bit. Although, wait, well. I dropped 20 because of the mirror. Did I really lose that much sanity? What has it done? It can't be a djinn. It kicked the breaker. What would you say is your least favorite ghost type? I would probably say, you know, I don't know. The Ure kind of extra sucks now, but it does still do its ability. Goryo's probably up there. All right, we'll take one of those just to be safe. 20 or 25. One hit on the mirror, like if you just peek the mirror, should be 20. Could be Ure. Maybe it did its ability. I don't know. Let's go get some evidence. I did not. No. I didn't use Spirit Box. I haven't used the audio recorder, the parabolic. I'm not cursed or anything, if that's what you're wondering. Holly, thank you for the follow. There's a Gorb. There's a Gorb. That should be good enough for now. Mimic, yeah, listen, I just have one piece of evidence. And Ure is on the table. Maybe it did its ability and we didn't hear it, you right? Freezing in dots? Okay. Gonna feel cursed if you get high school. It's almost inevitable that I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean? Yikes. It's so bright. Well, I've already got the order. We might as well hold record. I need 3 unique video. Might as well go for it. Penguin, hello. Predator, how are you? What did I just record? Is that item throw? All motion sensed. Ooh. I don't want to record from here anymore. If I go to record again, it's going to get motion sensed. Let's get more stuff. Spirit box. Oh yeah, our sanity is doing great now. Spirit box, UV, we'll get salt. I can take a video of the salt. Sunny Meadows is the biggest nightmare. Sunny Meadows is great. That map is beautiful. Ready for Blood Moon Prison. There's no guarantee of that. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Oh God. Check, check. Oh yeah. No device. Options. Go back. Nope, wrong thing. Check, check. Oh no. We're gonna leave this on. I know that's an awful thing to do, but I need to go check my audio outside. Hello, naked man. How do you do? Where are you? That's not gonna work. The light's on. My audio's not working. I gotta go double check. What the? You just walked through the bed, you cheater. It's cheating. I'm leaving. I'm tired of this house. Hey, Emery, how are you? Wants a hug? I don't want a damn hug. Mayor Revithe. Okay. Give me a second. I need to check my sound. I have a feeling that my microphone is not set correctly. Input. No, that is the right thing. What? Check, check. Hello? Wait, I have another idea. Check, check. Ooh, that is working. Let's do, hey, what up, Z? No, I think it might be Logitech. Luckily, I've had the problems enough to the point where I can usually troubleshoot them and figure it out. Usually. The ghost is indeed cheating. I'm calling bed hacks. Sad girl. Thank you for the message. Samesies. Hey, I can hear that. Tool nurse, thank you for the merch. Okay, now let me try. Check, check. Hey, hey, hey. Look at that. Figured it out. See? I told yous. I told ya. Had a mic issue last night. Had to turn all my audio off. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Photo camera. Did you know that nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday? Tash, I have gotten so many TikToks of that. I'm not kidding. The amount of TikToks that I've received or seen that have been that has been insane. Winter, thank you for the gifted to Katie. It's been crazy. But listen, they've been really funny though. I do got to give them that. Like an annoying amount. All right. Well, no, you can't be a URA anyway. It doesn't matter. Okay. Well, we know we have that. We know we have you. We know we have you. All right, there's 3 photos. Dude, listen. Icon Beast, how are you? Stop shutting off the power. All right. I've got 3 video. I need to capture. Oh. Oh. Well, here, do a thing. Oh, I can check the first beer box. Where are you?
No way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a mare. It's a freaking mare. All of them, Ben. All of them. You name it, we're there. MySpace, everything. Yeah. I can't think of the follow. What does a gifted sub do? It gives somebody a sub. As in somebody receives a sub without having to purchase it for themselves. Flip the switch, it'll do its ability. Which switch? You name it. Which one? I don't believe you. I don't think it will. Mayors have been extremely stingy. This switch, that switch, or that switch? 1, 2, 3. Bathroom, of course, on it. All right. He said you do your ability, little mayor, if I flip your switch. I think he was kind of full of shit. Let's try it again. Here, I'll try over here for the benefit of the doubt. Nothing. It's not having it, man. 2 more photos. You threw a thing. Aha. There we go. I could also... Oh, I need sound. Oh, let's go get the sound recorder. The audacity. Axel, thank you for the follow. Letke, thank you for the 16 months. My day was good. How was yours? Try the bathroom one more time. All right, let me get that guy. Do I need you to hunt? Yeah, I gotta repel you while you're chasing. Yeah, I guess so. All right, I'm bringing the audio recorder in 2 smudges. Oh, I don't have a lighter. Endless. Yeah, you tell that ghost. Oh, must have just got done pooping. That's what I sound like too. So over here. I'll drop one of them there. We'll turn the light on for now. Glad I can relax. Marching band earlier. I'll catch it a stream. Oh, I got you. I could do the firelight. Maybe I can just do this one. Maybe I don't have to bring one in. All right, blow that out. Come on. Come on. Okay, thank you for the follow. Do it, lady. No, it's John Holland. Bree, welcome in. Come on. I could bring in the other writing book. You could write. There we go. Look, didn't even have to go get one. Yahtzee. All right, now give me another random sound. Johnny No Pants. Yeah, that's him. Do have a camera. I'm at the ready. I don't have a favorite weekly. I don't know. Yeah, if I were to look at all of them and say this was my favorite, I don't think I have one that's a favorite. Marissa, welcome in. Oh, the spirit box, duh. Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Bro, did you? There's no shot you like. Okay, I still have freezing, but I don't see any of those going off. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you leaving this room? Hey. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where did it go? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? You sneaky wench. It's out here somewhere. How dare you? And move it. Where are you? Are you here?
From behind.
Great. All right, shut up. I said shut up. All right, got that. I got that. I got that. Get the camera back. Oh, it moved. Oh, yeah. Well, if it's moving, I should probably get these out there, yeah? Maybe I drain my sanity enough to get the crucifix photo? Maybe that's the move. What other games do you play? Variety horror. We've been doing a lot of Phas, especially with the update. Understanding all the nuances, all the changes. Now that we can't do salt stuff, now you've got to get unique media, which I actually really, really enjoy. All right. So Ghosty, you're there. I don't know what my sanity is, but I should be able to lower it enough. Do you still need video media? Oh, do I? Oh, I might. I need one more. Oh, I could, here. No, what'd I do with it? Where's the... Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I could do this. As long as it eats the crucifix. No more cheese, and I'm down for it. That's me. You can just see my little headgear. This is more important because I can get the photo after. Got it. Take this. Got it. Now I have double smudge, checker media. Got unique, unique, all unique. Now we just need to repel. Got all that. All right. I'll take you. We'll bring you in here. Is the level 2 UV better or 3? That's subjective. Absolutely subjective. It spawned in there. Hey, no pants dance. Get out of here. Is there a Kyle? Hi, Kyle. Just joined. It's a Jin. Yeah, you're doing great. All right. And we're out of here. Hate the no pants dance. You know, it's not for everybody. It's only for some. Ghost wants a big old naked hug. Sim, thank you for the biddies. All right, let's get out of here. That's a mare. Lovely. If we have no reflection, does that make us vampire something ghost? No, I just think the mirrors are all broken. I don't think it's a us problem. It's a them problem. Andreas, thank you for the heart me. Ella, thank you for the new tier 1. Welcome in. Yeah, wants a big old naked hug. All right. That is a perfect professional. Awesome. Awesome. Sweet. Well, we're moving on up to Nightmare to do the thing. We're definitely vampires. No, I think the mirrors are broken. I'm still sold on that. F the mirrors. Well, I can't. Not with all the mirrors. I could try, but it's not going to work. See you, Ben. Have a good one. We don't have legs. This is true. Our whole bodies are basically missing. Vampire ghost hunter goes hard though. But it's like, but what about us hunting as a vampire means anything? Nothing except we can't see our reflection. That's literally it. Yeah. Courtney, thank you. I was wrong about the mayor switch, but I'm confident that we're going to Maple Lodge. Okay. All right. I trust you. Let's see if you're right.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly.
I don't know how to tell you this. Can't eat garlic bread. Oh, that'd be awful. That'd be the end of the world. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, though. Random is never this nice to me. Ever. So something's going to go wrong at some point. Lisa Young. Cleanse the ghost with incense. We need to... Okay. We need to do... I like had a stroke. Have a member of your team witness a ghost event and capture a photo. I wonder if we could get all 3 of those. No, I don't want to waste a smudge. Let's see if we can get these 2 guys fast. We're going to try our best. Not much I can do about it. Fox, welcome in. Freddie, thank you for the 3 months. It's Maple Lodge in my heart. I mean, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and bring a lighter too so that I don't get yelled at by you guys because I'm going to forget it. All right, I'm ready for this ghost. I'm going to go in here and it's going to spawn. All right, I'm ready. We are on Nightmare, so I'm going to have 2 pieces of evidence, not 3. Hey, we have hiding back here. Keeping your words to yourself. Good. Forgot your lighter first game. I forget it all the time. Did I hear something upstairs? Is that what I heard? Deb, thank you for the 14 months. Jesus. It fell down. Where did the Jeffrey Bezos notification originate from? From Bo Burnham. Oh, F them shoes and that mug. Okay, all right, I see you. I see you. Gotta hand it to you. All right. I am ready for the photo. Lisa Young. Lisa? Hey, Royal, how are you? My favorite map is Willow. It is my favorite layout. It is my jam. EMFI. Not upset. You love the new Chronicle update? So do I. That's a fiver. Ghost is going to event in 3, 2, 1. Unless I'm calling him like you are. It's not working. My daughter won't stop talking. She doesn't believe this is live. Why doesn't she believe this is live? Tough Nuts, thank you for the prime. What a great name. What a great name. I'm too prepared. The ghosty wants to catch me off guard. Yeah, that might be what it is. Could be true. Well, we already have a 5. Let's get these in there fast and hopefully live to see another day. Willow's your favorite too? Yeah, it's just great. All the small maps are great. They're wonderful. So good. You're not alone in the boat? No, we're together. Okay. Don't you go cornering me. Hey, hey, hey! You sick bastard. I wasn't ready and it farted on me. Mongo, I have no idea, friend. Yeah, I don't schedule those out like months ahead or anything like that. Whenever they do happen, I do make sure to announce them though. It's not an Oni. No, definitely not an Oni. We got fartballed. Give me these guys. I definitely need this now. Rude ghosty. Very. Was that a firework fart? It was titled Fart Rocket. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? The disappointment. Oh, I can only imagine why. Did you touch any Nors or anything like that? I didn't bring any salt in here. You know what I could do? Maybe we'll get lucky while we go back to the truck to get more stuff. Hey, what up, Kai? Been a while since I've been able to catch one of the streams. Welcome in, dude. Do the ting. I know, right? Why are you checking for more evidence? Because I have one. Oh, that light being on is bright AF. If it's a Goryo, I'll give 50. The UV setup is OP. It is when you don't have this light out here on, because apparently that makes it bright AF. You know we're not going to get Goryo. You know we're not going to get dots. It's going to be like freezing. Goryo vibes, you just joined. It's not doing nothing. Oh, it threw the shoe. We got it. You got lied to? Did somebody tell you this was insanity? Someone told you it's insanity. Call that liar out. All right. Oh, Ghosty, you're not giving me anything. All right, I'm going to take another one of these. Oh, I can't. Ooh. We're going to bring Salt to check for UV because I am not exactly sure if it's going to be that or not. And we're going to bring one of these too. It's Nightmare. Well, I know that. B. Thank you for the heart, me friend. Hello. Oh, you did on accident. Oh, listen, it's okay. You're doing, you have done a few fivers when we weren't around. I didn't record that twice, did I? Oh, I didn't record it once. Oh, that's cute. Thank you, B. All right, let's do that. Oh, I see it. It's on Nanor. It's on Nanor. Got it. What'd I do with the photo camera? Run. Any footies? Any footies? Oh, you jerk. It like stepped in the salt and it never walked again. Shut up. Well, it's ultraviolet. It can't be a Goryo because we don't have dots. Unfortunato. I already got a handprint. That's not going to matter. Although, it could be an Obake. Nope. Normal hands. Ghost is a troll. Ghost is a troll. Why is it not going that direction? You think it went away too fast? I don't know. I feel like it was there for a long time. You know? If it's a Ure, you'll gift 500. Hey, does anybody know how to hack the game to make this into a Ure for me? Legally Blind, how are you? I might just go get more salt. Does Obake always have 6 fingers? No, it's just a chance. Holy night. You love gambling? That's great for you. It has not popped the breaker yet. Mm-mm. FBI's entered the chat. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. It did. It tried to knock me out with a shoe. Oh, I put the camera away. Damn it. All right. Well, I can get a footy from this salt right here. We're going to bring a smudge. I'm going to take another one of those. And ghosty wise, we have a Myling, an Obake, or a Jin. So man, I kind of want it to be an Obake. If it's an Obake, I could try. If this is an Obake, I could try to record the shapeshift. It's going to be tough to do, but I haven't done that. You can tell from one hunt right now? Yeah, I could. Yeah, rather than continually checking for UV and all that jazz. Yeah. I need a photo of the ghost. I mean, that'd be nice to get before all that happens, though. I'll bring in another smudge. Have it. Oh, but there's ads coming. cramp. All right, hold on. I have an idea. Before the ads happen, I have an idea. Let's do this. Do this. Do this. Okay. Do a gin test. It's not worth trying. If you're talking about the gin test about putting an EMF on the breaker, not to mention I can't make that happen. Because if the gin does its ability and the EMF goes off of the breaker, I can't possibly hear that. The only way to get the gin to use its ability is by being near it. Impossible for me to hear it. So it's not worth. Okay. I'm going to place that there. I'm going to put this. Actually, give me this. Over here. Turn you off. Shut up. I don't think I can get both windows. I could sure try, but I don't see that happening. Yeah, we'll give it a whirl. All right. I have ads coming up. I want to get a setup so that we can watch from the truck while the ads are happening. So we'll give it a shot. You have the most trouble with a gin? Having a gin hunt you when the power is on is really the way. All right. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour. So that way you guys don't have any pre-rolls. If you're not subbed and you don't have turbo. So I'm going to go ahead and run them now. And then once they are done, we'll go back inside. Yeah. Kind of a sleeper. A little bit. Okay. Once they start, then yeah. Mylings only goes to do a parabolic within 80 seconds. That's what people that have been testing the game have said. I know that Kinetic has not said that, but that is word on the street from people that have been testing. Oh, Tams, of course. If I can control it, I'll control it, and we'll just wait here. It'll eventually start. Every time I get one, it acts like a shade and does jack squat. It just depends on the ghost, man. How do you get channel points? By watching the stream. Railroad. There they are. All right. Now we wait. Oh. Now I do need it to like touch the door and leave a handprint on the door for that to be useful in any way, shape, or form. Oh, there goes another object. The reflections are not helping us much. Did they update the computer? With Chronicle, they did. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Spooky Latte. Not a fan of them Shy Ghosts. I'm not either. Your Phas looks way different. When was the last time you played Phas? Because if you played it like very recently and it doesn't look like this, that's a problem. A month ago. Oh, well, Chronicle has been out for what? Like a few weeks? Probably like a few weeks. So that makes sense. Yeah, there's a new CCTV system. You have a sound recorder now. You can record video clips. You can't just spam salt photos anymore. Yeah. Goodwill after the game? Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that for sure. I'm just happy that I can see my... Right? I'm just happy. Right. All the trophies, we can actually see them now. Ghosty really changed the mood by turning the light on. It's a huge overhaul, and it has been great. Well, it's not giving me any more UV. They should fix the glare. I mean, they're probably trying to make it somewhat realistic, I guess, but yeah, I would like no glare as well. You technically, well, you can't spam the photos to get a perfect game. Can you help me with the Ure ability? I'm struggling so much with it. The Ure ability, it is completely shutting the door, not like the new aggressive way, not the new aggressive way. The Ure ability, unfortunately, is still like a very light door shut with the delayed hit on it. I feel like the computer area, though, is too advanced for how the rest of the truck looks. I mean, maybe they just, you know, maybe this is just where they spent all their money. You know? Just prestiged my gift, a mimicking an Obake handprint. But that's so rare and awesome, though. That's so great. It's like a Pulte giving you, it's like a mimicking a Pulte and giving you the Pulte explosion. Right? Oh, I think that's rad. If I'm level 37, what difficulty should I play? It's whatever you're comfortable with. What difficulty you should play should not be based on your level. It's based on your experience and how you feel about the game. If you don't feel comfortable in intermediate, don't go to professional. Just wait. Take your time. Move your way up the ranks. Never guess what happened 5 rounds later then? Did you have a mimic do something crazy cool? All right, ads are done. We are back. Hello, hello. We have had nothing special happen. This ghost has not left us extra UV anywhere. Grace, thank you for the follow. Wiki got me trying to do no more evidence. Good. No evidence is fun. I enjoy it a lot. All right, we're going to bring smudges because we're tired of the ghost. I mean, really, I could bring 3. I still need a photo of this poo-poo stinky. You know what? No, different idea. Let's bring in this crucifix. Yeah, let's go in there and drain our sanity. Love Nightmare, perfect balance. Same here. I love Nightmare. It is my favorite for sure. You have a full 1 hour VOD on it? Wait, 1 hour VOD on what? I'm confused. All right, so we have one there. I have not been placing crucifixes at all. I've been throwing them because I don't want them to disappear on me. All right, there's that one there. And then we'll put the other one over here to keep us safe. Yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll bring this photo camera in there. Hey, that doesn't go there. Bring the photo camera. Oh, getting 3 mimics in a row. Oh. All right, I am ready. Or Heather, thank you for the follow. JV, hello. Jinja Ninja, thank you for the Prime friend. Doing dishes in the afterlife at Tangle. My friend was doing what she was supposed to. Mimic Pulte Bomb. But that's so cool. Tom's 3 evidence nightmare equivalent is my comfy. There you go. You find the settings you like, you know? I don't even know what the cursed object is. Did I find it? I don't think I did. Possible monkey paw or music box? Icon, thank you for the gifts. Sad. Oh, it's you. I guess. The cursed objects of friends we made along. It's the monkey paw. Not exactly. Well, actually, I could change the weather to drain my sanity. Why am I always wrong? I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of the XP, dude. That's because the music box would have been so nice. I don't want to wish for sanity because if I do that, the ghost is going to change his favorite room. If I wish for weather, that will drain my sanity 20, but I don't know if that's enough. I could try. I wish for clear skies. Which see the ghost? I could, but I'd rather. Oh, didn't even need that. Oh, wait. No, stop. Which one's cheap? Which one's cheap? I need a photo of the ghost. Come on, butthead. All right, I do have smudges on me. Goofy, welcome in. Hello. I know I could ask to see it. The issue is with these rooms. Wow, dude. I don't know if it's going to spawn back there or not. And then I won't be able to get it. This is one room. Sucks. How much evidence? For this run, 2. We did pro, now we're doing nightmare, next we'll do insanity. Hi, Fudge. Is it stinky? Well, it hasn't physical, like, ghost evented on us a single time. We had a ghost fart. That was cute. It ate the crucifix. And now it's not doing anything. Fudge, how are you, friend? How is everything? How are the streams? Wish for chicken nuggets. What are you going to do? Send me some? Still thinking Jin hasn't kicked the power. It's definitely up there. Son of a bitch. I was too late. Thought about it too late. I feel like if you always stay in the light, you can go up to times 6 without it being too difficult. Oh, you mean like if you're messing around with your multipliers, what you can do? Yeah, I think you're right. You can get up pretty high in the multipliers without the ghost even hunting. Listen, dude. I just want a photo. Maybe I am gonna do it. I kind of don't have a choice. I wish to see the ghost. Oh, gross. It's a kid. Run. It's a Jin. Ugh. I still need... Kick the baby. What happens if you wish for life and no one's dead? Nothing. Nothing will happen. There we go. All right. Got the ghosty photo. Got all the photos that we need. Yeah, now it's HR moving stuff. I don't know if I have enough. Anyone else think of spelling Jim? No, we just call it Jim. My wife called it Jim one time when she was playing Phas, so we just call it Jim. It's just kind of the way that it goes. All right, El Stinko, we're gonna try to get our sanity back a little bit. And then in doing so, I'm also gonna... where did I put the sound recorder? I brought one in there? Where? Okay, I can bring this. I can bring this. I'm gonna bring the other one. F it. It's a Jim. That's right. You can take video of the hunting ghost. I'm aware. Thank you, though. It's definitely called a Jim. I'm cool with it. Dropped in the room by the bed. All right. Well, it's too late. We're here. I wonder if... What? Oh, wait. That was a 5, right? I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared on me. Anywhere other? Yeah, Zoni. Yeah, all the places, friend. You name it. Jenny from the block. All right. Here, we'll turn all these lights on. Hey, Ashley, how are you? We need some sounds. I'm waiting on the firelight and stuff. I'd like to tackle one media at a time so I don't overload. Ever played a game called Phas before? No, sounds stupid. Hi. I would agree. Absolutely endless. Yeah. See you, Cracker. Have a good one. I could turn the light off and then get the EMF 5. Maybe. F this. Blow it out. Imagine the SpongeBob equivalent of this game as the Phasmophobia. All right, blinky, blinky. Let's go. You were not expecting David Attenborough. You know, I don't think anybody ever is. I think he just kind of happens. Sort of like Morgan Freeman. Gotcha. Little bastard. What a f***.
Welcome back.
I didn't even mark Jin.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
I thought I did. Wow. That was a real jerk move. Real jerk move at walking over there for no reason. That was mean. All right. Well, we're going to do Nightmare again. We're not letting that happen. But I do need to spin the wheel before we do the things. You still don't understand the Jinn speed up? When you are more than 3 meters away from the Jinn while it's hunting, it will sprint. It will have an instant speed up whenever it has line of sight of you, as long as the power is on. Hi. Stream snipe. That was rude. There's no explanation why I decided to walk over there. It does happen, but it does not happen often. It is not very common. All right. Break. I'm still waiting on my response from Subway. They haven't responded. The child could smell the fear. Someone's going to get a Subway. Thank you, Sparkle. Yeah, this is only going to be on the purple side, unfortunately. There's no cross-platform giveaways. But I do some in my server from time to time, so it is there. Oh, Spicy, you're good, dude. No worries. No worries. I appreciate you coming in now. All right. What do you want the word to be? Give me a word. You're a Jersey Mike's kind of guy? Jersey Mike is meh. It's meh. Jin? You know what? Jim. If you are not subbed and you would like to get a free sub and you just so happen to be on the purple side, if you type Jim in chat, you are entered to win. If you are subbed and you win, you have to choose somebody that is not subbed to win. Okay? Azira, thank you so much for the heart, my friend. All right. You have 60 seconds to enter. The countdown has started. 60 seconds. That buys you enough time. Rafa, thank you for the thank you for the gifted to Jim. If somebody comes in here named Jim, I swear, man. Jersey Mike's the shit. I don't know about that. It's fine. I don't know. I guess I'm more of like a, like we have like local sub joints near us that are so good. No, Doc, you're fine. If you win, that means you just have to pick somebody else. That's all. That's all. Watch Jim win. Well, no, Jim has to be here to win. There's no Jim here. Yeah, see? There's no Jim in there. Moon, thank you for the 5 months. Tier 2. All right, you guys have 10 seconds to type the word Jim. You're a Jim. Yeah, but your name is not Jim. You don't like sandwiches very much? That's fair. I like, again, we have local sub spots here that are super good. Very, very good. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We are all Jims. It makes me think back to whenever we did a playthrough of oh man, what was it called? That just hit me. Stanley Parable. Oh man, that was so good. So good. Moon, we are doing great. The fam is doing very well. How are you? And it goes to 9-5 Gaming. Wow. Wow. Gotta see if you have your, I guarantee you do. I would guarantee it, friend. Uh, 9-5, you have a job to do because you're already subbed, meaning you need to pick somebody. No, you don't beg them for the sub. You compliment them. That's the way you do it. Saying, please give me, that they're not going to do it. Pick Jim. Jim's already subbed. That was a very nice compliment. They said nice pants. If I miss it, please tell me. I'm trying to pay attention. I like your hair. Who's it going to be, Fred? Who's it going to be? Many choices, don't waste it. I think, wait, did I see a name? Did you, I think you picked somebody. Yeah? Did I see that correctly? Ah, you did. Okay, there it is. Why can't I get, oh, there we go. All right, done and done. They have picked Cooper. Cooperella, there you go, friend. Done and done. When we all get older, we strive to be Jim. We strive to be Jim in the gym. Yeah. That's a gym. Something like that. Enjoy the sub. Enjoy the emotes. All right. We are doing Nightmare again because that was just not even fair. It was not even fair at all. So, random map, Nightmare. I probably deserve that. But if I'm going to pick a large map, it's going to be Sunny Meadows. Absolutely going to be Sunny Meadows. What if Jim doesn't like the gym or Jim? Who the hell is Jim?
Be careful. You're going in blind.
Bismarck, thank you for the follow. More life. Here, Brian. Hello. What up, King? Again, if you guys are not in the server, I do have one. Lots of Phas info. Lots of people looking to play. All the stuff and the things. There's the rest. If you don't see it, you can always go to my bio. Alley Cat, thank you for the 33 months. Fell down a rabbit hole watching Blueprints content for a while. Dude, that's a long game. Long game. All right. Well, we are at Sunny. I don't hear any blood rain, so that's cool. April Roads, parabolic, capture a photo, and 25%. And we are on the full Sunny Meadows. Full Sunny. Why does this preview show like a window here? but this one does not. Interesting. I don't see any orbs anywhere. No, we're definitely not going to see them here because they're the hallways. Unless I were to get like stupid lucky and have the orbs just like come peering out of a door or something like that. Blueprints was fun. It's just a cool game. If not, you become Jeff. That's right. All right. Last minute check. You never know. It is Nightmare, so I'm one less evidence, but you never know. No, I got nothing. All right, let's go. We'll bring Parabolic. Unfortunately, he's not tier 3, but it's fine. Hex, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Go dare, go dare, go dare. To my sound break. Oh, it might have when you changed your name. It might have when you changed your name. I'll have to look at it again. I'll look at it again, friend. All right, I do have this. Can the ghost be in the courtyard? It certainly can. Sunny Meadows is spooky. Well, it's supposed to be. Wait, huh? Didn't you? This makes no sense. What do you mean it makes no sense? I can hear you, but I can't hear the game. Oh, because of this. It's because I have the parabolic on. Oh, it's Frank. Gosh dang it. Fast section's great. I'm glad you like it. I will do my best to keep it updated and add things when necessary. All the things. Refresh. Yeah, you're good. Motivation, why I should play any maps other than small. Because you're getting tired of playing the same maps over and over again. That's why. That's why most people will play other maps. It's to keep it interesting. You're definitely not playing for the loadout. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Dragon, I have played before. I do appreciate it though. Yeah. Stop it, Ron. Stop. Go on. Were you down here? Oh gosh, darn it. Is it all the way back by the frickin' kitchen? It's Leviosa. It's my favorite. It was weird though. Even with the para, I would hear the game. Oh, interesting. I mean, you guys hear it now, right? I can see that. I can see the mixer going off. Wait, where am I going? Sorry, I'm like going back to the kitchen like the ghost is in here. Yeah, there it is. Gosh dang it. Dude, if it cuts that, I'm probably not going to mess with it again. Wish you get your brother to play big maps. He's too scared of the game despite playing for quite some time. Oh, well, you know, everybody's different. It's okay. Hey, Meg, how are you? RP, thank you for the follow. Thank you all for the follows. I appreciate you. Love the shorts. Learn a lot from them. Well, I appreciate you, man. Let's turn this back on. I think I heard ghosty shorts over this way. I think. Crucifix is normal. Bear's head is normal. Oh my God, it's an MMA fight, dude. All three crucifixes are normal. It's weird. Was that? Oh, where did? Oh, it threw something, but where? Wait a minute. Did I just hear a firelight blow out? Dude, I'm losing it. Okay. I'm not sold on that direction anymore. I'm going to put that there. Do these always have one of them out? I swear to God, I heard a firelight blow out, man. Losing my mind. Losing it. Brings you great joy for stuff. Wait, who's suffering? Wait a minute. You talking about me suffering? That's not very nice. The dev should add this huge scavenger hunt at the end. You did you get Rick Astley? I mean, there's something. Well, I mean, it's not Rick Astley, but it is kind of like that. That Lotta's Love book. All right, I'm going to take that, and then we're gonna take this. How am I gonna find you, hotshot? You know what? We're gonna bring the sound recorder, and I'm gonna bring the video camera. Well, if you're losing it, at least where it's sunny, right? I can just check right in. Hey, Al, thank you so much for the Prime. It's not very nice. Did it cut the breaker? Oh, F you. What? Oh, that's right. That's useless. Clifton, thank you for the 8 months. You're not in here, are you? That sound was a door that sounded like it came off like a submarine. He's playing tricks. I think it's playing tricks too. Let me check temps. So damn dark. It is very dark. Okay, where's this ghost, dude? Oh no. Wait a minute. Why is it so cold in the hallway? Is this a stalker? Wait a minute. Dude, I think we have a stalker. I have no idea where the room is. Can it not? It can't be a hallway ghost. It can't. Pagel! Thank you so much, dude. We are going to leave that stuff there. And we are going to go to the front door. Very, very interesting. This absolute stinker. Now, what's dangerous about this is that if it keeps cutting the power off, I can't just sit there with flashlights on, right? But we can do this stuff. Solar runs, yepers. Why can't it be hallway ghosts? Because the devs have programmed it so where they can't be. It just blew out another firelight, by the way. I knew I heard that earlier. Yeah, it can't be a phantom because it literally can't be. I mean, sorry. The ghost can't be a hallway ghost because they made it that way to where it can't be. Can a cruci burn in your hand? It certainly can. Get this. Get these two. Let's see. Setting up shop. Is that for all maps? That's for larger maps. We'll bring in. You sneaky snake. Okay. I've got these two. I've got this. Oh, you ruined my salt though. Okay. But if anything, I knew that it walked this way. It did not teleport and go that way. So we are okay there. Lighter. Yeah. Okay. Give me that. Give me this. That's fine. You have a lighter? I do now. Now, I'm going to sit in here like this. Actually, let's go get video camera too. Binge watching all the vids. I appreciate it. We knew that we had a stalking ghost because the hallway was very cold. That's how we knew. We knew this was either a phantom, a banshee, or a wraith. What I should actually do, hold on, one more. Let's go get the parabolic again. Just in case we get the screen. Setting up shop. We need a light remote. I literally have one. It stepped in both of those salt. Mm-hmm. I love that you can get the screen. I love it too. Currently waiting for this ghost to get to me to see if we get an EMF reading or not. Here it comes. Nothing? It didn't even fully walk to me. I think it got near me. Yeah. So we have a ghost that here, let's go back over here. We have a ghost that stalked us. It wherever it came from, it's been blowing out these too, but it came all the way to us to the front door like this. It did not teleport, and it also walked in salt. So we knew it wasn't a wraith. So that means we know for a fact unless it's a mimic, which is very unlikely because it's still trying to stalk us after all this time, that this is either going to be a phantom or a banshee. So what we just did was we just did an EMF test because one of these ghosts sets an EMF off whenever it gets to you, whenever it stalks you, and the other does not. Yeah. Don't phantoms teleport? No. Phantoms also stalk just like the banshee. They both do. Give me a sec. Hold, please. Just doing what you're doing. We were doing a test. We were doing a test to see what ghost we had. I'm sorry, I'm responding to something. Hold, please. Brittany, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Holding, thank you. Okay, that should be good. Phantom gives off the EMF when it reaches you and the banshee doesn't. That is the word on the street. What are you supposed to hold on to? Whatever the closest thing to your left is. So, this ghost should be a phantom. My day was good. How was yours? The issue that I'm having, though, is I don't know where the actual room is. Because it's continually stalking us and the hallway's cold. So I don't know where it is. We could try to go find it, though. I know I've got this stuff in there already, but whatever. We'll drop these because my sanity's high enough. And also, we know... How does the Phantom choose who to stalk in multiplayer? I believe it stalks the closest player. I think so. Spirit Box, Ultraviolet, and Dots. Well, let's try these two, shall we? Spirit Box, Ultraviolet, Dots. I could use the Therminer to make sure where it is. Flash is doing great. Yeah, she's doing really, really good. Now, I did hear talking over this way. I'm just wondering if it's down that way or that way. You know? Maybe we poke the bear? I hear nothing. Literally nothing. Frank, we love you. He's a rock star. Oh? Where did I hear that? Was that next to me? Frank's the real MVP. I would agree. I've checked all these rooms. Maybe I didn't walk in the room enough. Maybe the room boundaries just suck. Now, when I was over there, the ghost touched the door here, right? Let's go this way. Is that downstairs? No, you're not. Oh my God, dude. This ghost is annoying. Master, thank you for the follow. You should have brought UV. I don't think that would be very helpful for me right now. Dude. Do you hear it just blowing out all the firelights in there? No, it's 16 degrees. I checked the chapel earlier. It wasn't cold enough. Oh, I hate ghosts. I mean, it's cool because you have a stalking ghost that stalks you like this, so you find out where it is, right? The issue is when it's stalking so much, you can't find its original room. What if you're down here? Bugged? No, I don't think so. Ghost is blowing up them candles from downstairs. I don't know how it would be able to reach it. Chapel would be that way. Ghosty can't get there. These are not cold. Too bad no monkey paw. I know. I know. Biggie, Spin, welcome in. I'm just at this point trying to think of the best way to find it. What if I just get lucky and I make it hunt and it starts hunting from closer to where its room is? That's the best thing I can think to do right now. You had a ghost blowing out candles from the room to the right of the chapel. I mean, another thing I could do is I could go up and down the hallway with the motion sensors, or I could try my hand at some of these. Think you place the dot in the hallway? Already done. Let's give it a try. Motion sensors at the start of each wing. Maybe. Yeah, it could be the way. Have it like over here, over there, downstairs. Lord knows my sanity's probably tanked. It's probably going to hunt me any second. Are you from this direction? That painting's off the wall. But again, I don't know if it stalked me or not. Did you find the room? Nope. The ghost has been stalking us so much that I can't find it. Does the stalking ghost hunt from where it's stalking? Yes. How do you earn drop? You don't. They're gone. You can't. Let's put 2 there. You've been dealing with chat. Your sanity's already tanked. Rip the dream? Yeah. Yeah. How'd you hear about drops? It actually has no room. Go outside, wait for it to rain. Wait, what? All right, that's not useful, but this is. Let's see if Ghosty gives us any info. What the hell is happening here? Is that... Oh, I think it's bugged. Yikes. What do I use to stream Phasmo? OBS. Oh, use the dad voice. I could. Currently waiting right now to see if Ghosty decides to give us an idea of what direction it is. It's been stalking us this whole time. We don't know. What if I go, you know, take another one of those? Oh, did you set it off? Oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I thought I heard it. Nothing. Nothing. Night Raptor, you're good. No worries. I'll leave you there. There we go. That's better. Take the camera for the mimic? Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, the Banshee does have a pair. I didn't even know that it had 20 screams. That's crazy. Okay. Okay, so apparently that motion sensor is just effed. But you're telling me all that stalking this ghost has been doing, and now it's just quit. Mads, thank you for the 4 months. Ghost clocked out. I hate it here. It set this one off. So you're telling me the ghosty is this way? Where? Is it just, is it further down the female wing? Had to go potty? I mean, all right, that's fair. Maybe you'll see orbs. Maybe. I checked the temps of the courtyard. No, it was way too hot. What's wild though is that it set that off. It did not set this off, and it hasn't set that off again. Spicy, Hugo, welcome in. So our guess right now is that Ghosty's this way. Okay. Give me a smudge. Give me a flashlight. Give me the thermometer. Thermer. Okay. I'm going to go down the female wing and check. Moderately crushed spirit. Yeah, a little bit. Do I hear you throwing a book this way? No shot. That is your room. F you. Yes, Siv, I'm reading everything. We checked that room earlier, by the way. We checked it earlier. It was not that cold. Shoot, got it here. Might as well use it, huh? You son of a bitch. Not even a flipped cruci. Hey, actually, if you flip that crucifix, I can record that as a separate interaction, I believe. Hey, you want to do the Tang? Mother, father. Hey. Hello. Hey, Jace, how's it going? Yeah, that's a cool orb. You know what else is cool? Turn crucifix. We'll face that way. Okay, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Change rooms, maybe. I don't know. It's not that cold in here. I also hate it when the ghosts are shy. Isn't it annoying? Why does the video camera not duplicate ghost orbs? I don't know. I'm not complaining. Like they gave us a bone on that one. I'll take it. Give me, what did I say? I put the dots in there. Do I have ultraviolet or any of that here? No, I think I left them inside, I swear. Yeah, we'll grab that one instead. Elliot, hello. What's up, Wesky? I got that guy. I'm going to grab the dots and we'll keep moving. Through the suitcase, Ghosty said, pack the shit. Pack your shit. Nightmare 2 evidence, yeah. Oh, yeah. If it duplicated orbs and you were in there trying to capture things, you would get orbs left and right. That would be really annoying. Oh, shit, I'm stuck. What evidence do I have? I have orbs. Where are you? Wait a minute. Did I say earlier about the EMF2 being a phantom, not a banshee? Why did I say that backwards? Why was I thinking that backwards? Am I thinking of that backwards? Hi, Morky Mork. Top Hat, thank you for the freaking tier 1. Maybe change rooms during all that. And that's why I wasn't cold earlier. Maybe. Happens with age. I hate your face. Wait, I'm confusing them now. I'm confusing the Banshee and the Phantom. Phantoms give an EMF too, whenever they stalk you. Right, that's why I was thinking of it backwards. Because it didn't give us an EMF 2. And in my head, I'm running around here thinking that it did. That's why. I hate it here. Okay. Shut up. God damn. That's what it was. Hi, Crow. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sitting here thinking it backwards the whole time because I'm like in my head thinking that we had EMF 2 when it stalked us when it did not. The Phantom would have given us the EMF 2. Would have. Did not. Hey, you want to do the dots again? That'd be great. Thanks. Shh. Oh, you walked out of it, you turd face. Better chances. Better chances. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a big old word slip. I'm sorry. Do I only have one recording? Oh, I have 3 orbs, salt, motion. I forgot I got those too really, really early. Getting dot video can be a little bit of a nightmare. Little bit. It's a mental hospital. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Here, I'll keep. I don't want to get object thrown though. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. That's right. You eat a piece of frickin'. I'm fine. Friend and I tried restricted Sunny and both got confused. It can be a little bit confusing for sure. Bernice, welcome in. The orb was taunting us. It was taunting us. Yeah, we knew that the ghosty had stalked us because it followed us literally all the way to the front door. But in my head, I was saying Phantom because for some reason I was thinking I heard the EMF when I literally said we did not. Yeah. Can we still video orbs of a mimic? We can. Yep. Even if they're mimicking orbs, it's fine. So, ghosty's in there. Wait, not that. Yeah, let's minimize these guys. It's in that room. And now it's being all kinds of friendly and showing stuff. I should have put that closer, because then if there was a cruisy turn, we could have gotten it. It's not evidence, but it's still a sign of paranormal activity. That's a really good way of looking at it, Jay. For sure. Liability, welcome in. So it's a banshee, and I haven't even gotten a banshee whale once. Not a single time. Maybe we try again. I know I'm taking like the same things in multiple times. It just feels right. Oh yeah, keep on chucking stuff, you nerd. We'll bring that. I'll bring that because I can get audio of that as well. Yeah, let's go see if we can get it. When are they adding the mummy ghost? The second Tuesday of next week, I think is what they said. Try and do the challenge for the week. Got any tips? Yeah, hope that you get a ghost at a different speed. Is that Wendy? No, the second Tuesday. So after the first Tuesday next week, wait for the second Tuesday. And you'll know you're in the right spot. Thursday? Come on. And the power is literally in the kitchen. I'm not about to go back and forth. I'm not choo-choo training my butt all the way back and forth. Mads, thank you for the gifted. Well, oh God. I somehow missed the firelight. I don't know how that happened. But there it is, friends. Sounds like your neighbors earlier. Megs, are you okay? Did you find the bone? Oh, you think I'm going to look for the bone? Oh, that's cute. The Banshee scream is great. I love it too. Hello, let's do the firelight. Thank you. And thank you for the subs. There we go. There's 2 of them. Just a normal audio thing would be great now. If you're being so kind. Hey, Friendly Beast, welcome in. Okay, I see you. I know you're cool and all. You're groovy, but stuff and things. Paranormal talking, groaning, whatever. Sorry, what was that? What did she say? She said, sweet nothings. Maybe you asked for it. I did ask for it. That is true. Another video. Well, hold. Wait, no, I've already got the motion. I've got motion. I've got salt, orbs, dots, firelight. Go back. Please don't kill me. All right, do the ting. This is Sunny Meadows, not restricted. Correct. You thought there were 6? There's like 20. Not doing photos. I don't know where my camera is. But also, I don't know if I'm worried about a perfect game because that requires finding the bone. Which, yikes. Is the Dio breathing just like paranormal breathing now? You know, I assume that's what it is, Mark. I haven't gotten a Dio since this whole change with the sound recorder stuff. But I'd say that's probably pretty safe. With a Banshee, good luck. Thanks. Shanks. All right. Photo camera. I need the photo camera. I guess I could go without a flashlight. Yeah. I want to put a crucifix in there. Really is my move here. What did the Banshee say in the recording? Well, apparently she was out of breath in the middle of that. One more time. If you what? Is that saying if you dump? No, no. It's not a D. I got nothing. Oh, Frank. What'd you think it said? If you tell the edges? Hold on. It's like she said something about a lawless fairy. I don't know what's happening. She sounds seductive. In the middle of it, she's like... All right. Dot photo in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dots. Dots. It was probably stalking me all the way to the front door. We had to wait for her to return. Ma'am. I'm just waiting for your sanity to, you know, take a turn for the worse so I can murder you. Oh, you son of a bitch. That was a mistake. Let's stand here. I am at the ready. What if you biscuited it for the brisket and used the voodoo doll? Oh, what, to make it show up? With no lights? I mean, I could use my flashlight. Oh, you stinky, stinky, stinky ghost. Oh, no, and then you disappear? Oh, you are the biggest butthole. Oh, that was the door. Okay. Son of a... Cool cat, thank you for the sub. I'm not even taking the risk. I need you to walk away from me. She keeps going back and forth. She's playing Frogger. Oh, it's in the other room. You suck. The first time she turns her crucifix, it's in the other room. She's a banshee. They follow you and... You got tired of that too? I know they follow you, but like, can't she like be out here and decide to do it? Banshee scream. We already got one. Maybe I do it over here. Gosh, dang it. No, no. She must be up in your face. But why does she have to be? Also, I kind of want to stay over here because this is where the crucifix is. Listen. We're getting tired of you, lady. I know she knows. She knows that I know that you know. That we know. Ha-ha! That's the wrong way. Gotcha. Okay. So really what I could do, I could use Frank to drain my sanity. I'm not about the life of looking for the bone. But I got tons of media. We don't need a perfect game. I think she's getting closer. Yeah, she was. You stalky McStalker. Gonna bounce night for y'all. No worries, sis. I appreciate you. I told you. Well, I did it. I used it. Pre-rolls. Oh, if you're getting hit by ads, it's because I'm snoozing them. And you might be coming in during the snooze. Gonna skip the bone hunt. I think so. It's not worth walking around for 40 minutes looking for the bone. Yeah, we found the room eventually. Yeah. I don't know how many times this thing stalked me, but it was a lot. I spent half the time accidentally thinking it was a phantom. Oh, you're good, Jake. Yeah, it's because I was doing it's because I was snoozing ads. All right, we can leave. Ay, ay, ay. Even if you briefly look for it. I say it's the room or the teeth room. Yeah, that's all the way over there. Nah, it's not worth. Because then what's going to happen is I'm going to say I'm going to briefly look for it, and then boom. You know what's going to happen. I'm going to look through every single room. Nah. Take it and get out. Take it. Get out. Sad, I'll miss the majority of the 12 stream. Oh, 12-hour shift. I'm sorry. There's our Banshee. Where was the bone? Mail room 1. So if I would have started on the mail side looking for the bone, we would have found it fast. It used its ability 8 times. It felt like it used it 100 times. But we did it though, and I'll take it. All right, now we're going to run ads. Now we're in the lobby and I can run them. So I do 3 minutes every hour, guys. I'm going to go ahead and do them now. I'm going to go ahead and do them now. We were sitting through the snoozes because I wanted to be able to make it through the hunt. So now we're here. There we go. I thought you said mail room at first, and I was like, wait, that's a room? Oh, no, not that kind of mail. Different kind of mail. Oh, because of a wedding. Oh, but weddings are fun. But weddings are neato. Ooh, free 99. Have a good night, Snow. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all the follows. Thank you for all the subs today. We are definitely on the verge of reaching the monthly. Here's the mail that never fails. Makes you want to wag your tail. Got lucky, only had one. Hey, there you go. Yeah, unfortunately, whenever you have to snooze ads to stop them from running, it will run pre-rolls for people that just come in, which sucks. But I didn't want to do it in the middle of that map. What map do I think I'm going to get? Woodwind. Should I lurk and clean or go to bed? What time do you have to get up tomorrow? Hey, what up, Aaron? Love the content. Thanks, man. 8? Are you okay on little sleep? I guess it depends on how much you have to clean. Gonna go ahead and get off here. Copper, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Happy 9 months. You think I'm gonna get Willow? We can hope so. Feel like randomly give you Grafton or Edgefield. I tell you what, there's a minute left of ads. I'm gonna go use the restroom real fast. All right, we'll stay on this screen. When's the 12 hour? No, the 24 hours this Saturday. I'm gonna go to the restroom, but I will be RB. Okie dokie, okie dokie. We are back. Getting late. Ashley, no worries, friend. You're good. All is well. All is well. Okay. Why do I never get ads? It might be regional. Yeah, depending on your region, you might not get ads. Thank you guys for the follows. Nicole, welcome in. What's up, Jordan? Is that a digital photo frame behind you by the play button? Yeah. Yeah. It plays, it just, I have it on random. It does a lot of random stuff. But yeah, it is. It is indeed. All right. We did Nightmare. Let's go to Insanity. Yeah. Oh, I've got all kinds of stuff in here. I got all sorts of stuff. My favorite map is Willow. Do I think we're going to get Willow? No. I don't know what we're going to get. But we are now going to move up to insanity, which means that I get 1 evidence, not 2, not 3. And it's on random. And I'm level 69, so really we should just quit. But off we go.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the
Tangle again?
accordingly before starting the
Oh
investigation.
my god. Do I have fan mail? No. No, I don't have a P.O. box or anything. No, the closest thing I have to that is Throne. Yeah, you guys went into high school. Now you got this. This is what you get. Yeah, how you feel about that? Lucy, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Heather Cordero. Sound recorder. We need photo camera. And we need a video of the ghost. Man, we're just going all sorts of medias. All sorts. But... yeah, I'm on 75 sanity, so I'm going to bring in as much. Hi, Fallen. How are you? Good night, Nessa. All right. First things first, let's turn on the power. Turn on the power. When you prestige, do you level up faster? No, the only way you level up faster after prestiging is just experience. Higher experience. Oh, look, the bone. The more you play, the better you get, the higher the multipliers you do. Are you in the nursery? Where am I hearing stuff? Oh, picture frame right there. Did I open? I hate you. Oh. Oh, you sneaky snake. Oh my god. I looked at the front door. I was like, is it hunting? Is it hunting? It's not even that cold in here. Mayor possibility? It could be. I mean, it broke the lights. That's an event that is known for mayors, right? My word. You have a bunch of trouble with the tier 2 spirit box. I understand if it's the tier 1. I don't know about necessarily having tons of trouble with the tier 2. Yeah, I know I turned on the breaker, but even so, that's still crazy. All right, let's try these. You thought you thought your TikTok opened on its own? No, that's somebody enjoying Blurb. And look, like that stuff there. Could be a bathroom orb, but I don't think it's an orb. Oh, oh, you burst the lights. Never mind. I was like, oh, did you? No, there's no way. Freaking out. I'll just place this somewhere for now. Because look, there's a picture frame down right there. It's still 9 degrees. That's not that cold. But it's throwing stuff through the wall. Yahoah! It's dots. Right in the face. Okay. Well, we know it's not you. There's no shot you're a stalker, right? There's no way. Right, let's bring Salt to check for a Wraith. We'll do that guy. We're only going to get 1 piece of evidence. So we'll do that. Do this. I'm going to take one of those. And we're going to go. Hey, TRW, how are you? So the other thing about Insanity, yeah, not a Dio, is that any ghost that has forced evidence, and that forced evidence is not dots, you can already cross off. So Dio would be the ghost that you could cross off here. Hantu, Obake, Moroi, like those ghosts have forced evidence, but obviously they're not an option. All right, let's do step. Okay, not a Wraith. Well, if that didn't solve that. think it's dots. I don't believe you. Negative. Yo, are there drops active? No. Hi, Mr. Chinggis. Oh, man. I was really hoping you'd... Oh, I want to do a Banshee check. Yeah, we can do a Phantom check, too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Killing. Yeah, they're not active anywhere. Yep, they stopped yesterday. How many kids do I have? I have 3. Where's my mount? I can't see it. It's so bright. There we go. I should probably turn those dots off. Because, man, it's in there throwing stuff in the potty. No, we'll go photo camera. Photo camera. We'll do the other crucifix. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that's fine. I also wish that every evidence could be forced because I feel like writing and dots are missing out. Yeah, I mean, if they're, I don't know, maybe in the future they'll add more ghosts than they do it, you know? All right. Where are you going? How's it going, Mr. Chinggis? How is everything going? So we have a cruci here. We'll put a cruci out here just for safety. We'll grab this. When do I think more ghost types are going to be added? Earliest? Next year. Maybe. I have a feeling that adding ghost types is very, very low on their list. Worked late, caused some chaos on the seas. No game to play. With the seas. All right, come on. Dots. New ghost types should be low on the list, to be honest. I would agree. Yeah, it's least of my concern is adding ghosts. Nope. Fix what they have. Add a map. Add maybe 2. Do the adjustments like they've been doing. It's been great. Thank you for all the follows today, guys. I do appreciate it. There's 24 ghosts. That's a lot. Are you just done giving dots? Is that it? All that horror 2.0 stuff? Absolutely. New events. New way, like the new ghost models. Like the new ghost models would be crazy right now, right? Listen, dude. Are you just done giving dots? You gave it once and that's it? First time playing after a couple years? There's a lot. Hey, I see you, dude. Very cool. The second I go to get my sound recorder out, you're going to do the thing, and I'm going to hate your face. I don't know. Raiju? I don't know. The crotch shot I got with the ghost, I can't tell if that's clear or not. I don't think it's clear, so I don't think it's a phantom. Raiju heartbeat? Oh, was it that loud? Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. It could be. Max, how are you, friend? 3 unique photos. Oh, I need a video of the ghost. Hey, show up. Oh, okay, but over here. Oh, it walked through the bed. Gotcha, bitch. What is the Raiju heartbeat? There is a bug where the Raiju, whenever you have line of sight with the ghost, you know how your heart beats? The Raiju, for some reason, your heart will beat harder, like louder. Clicked on the stream and got blasted by that. I mean, it could be. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe I make it hunt and then we see. Although I can't make it hunt because I don't have a cursed object. Yeah, it is like base boosted. That's a really good way of looking at it. It's not a bug, it's a feature. I'm fairly certain that's a bug. Call me crazy. All right. Well, let's see. Shadow Ghost. Again, I feel like even though the ghost is not in it because it's literally inside of me, I don't think this is a clear photo, but I can't tell. I don't think it's clear enough. So that's why I don't think it's a phantom, but I guess we'll find out. You're crazy. I know. I'm aware. It's funny saying rise you heartbeat. Well, it's funny that that would be like one of the things that you would separate the ghost with. I need a bunch more video and a bunch more. I need literally more everything. All right, we're bringing more stuff. Hey, did you cut my breaker, you butthole? All right. Let's assume you're still here. Yeah. I think it's a safe assumption. Yeah. Holy Jesus Christ, that door just shut my... I'm going to throw up. No, I've already got that ghost model. I can't. The sound recorder would have been good, though. Damn it. Wait. Oh, there it is. Might be stalking. No. That's definitely within range for any ghost to event. That's within range for any ghost. Can I get drops for the game with this stream? You can't get drops for the game with any stream. Yeah, they are not available. A lot of shadow forms, yeah. Oh, the door slam in the face. Very, very unnecessary. Do I already have a thrown object? I don't know. Come on, butthole. Blow it out. Thank you. All right. I've got that video. I've been trying to do one media at a time because I've been doing too many and just overwhelming myself. So I have 2 video. I could get this motion sensor going off. Ask and you shall receive. It's walking back and forth there. Maybe I'll get lucky. It'll go here. Blood sample. Thank you for the 23 months. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. That'll work. So what do we have? Motion, dots, fire. I don't have a cursed object. Off and running. Good night, friend. I can go get more salt. I'll go get salt. Yep. Because I already used this one up. We used that one up when we were testing for a Wraith. Crucifix when it hunts. I would like to get the video out of the way so I don't even have to think about it. I can just get the audio of the crucifix. So I'll get this. And then, yeah. Thank you, Blondie. Thanks for seasoning the floor. You got it. Oh, Blondie, you're funny. All right, so now I get 4 more photos and audio. So I've got this guy. Where did I put my audio? There it is. Doc. Yetting, thank you. Oh, man. Doc, she's great. She's on it. Dots photo. Yeah, I definitely could. Here, let's try to bank on that right now, huh? Man, Heather, that'd be crazy to get a dot photo right now. But too bad I'm going to leave before I can get it. Bone photo too? Yeah. Did I see the bone? I feel like I saw it. You can't take a photo of the motion sensor. It doesn't count. Let's do this instead. Let's do it this direction. Because I feel like Ghosty's walking back and forth a lot from there. Like right there. Okay. Difficulty, insanity. Dining room? Okay. You can make a video evidence though. What? I can make a video evidence. Wait, did I already have that? Oh, you son of a biscuit. I should have gotten the audio. On the... Oh, I've already got it. Yeah. I don't think that counted. It's too late. But I can at least do this. Okay, we need that. I need 2 more photos. That's going to be spicy. Ziggy, thank you for the 28 months. Oh, good, yeah. There is no cursed object. Negative. The dot photo would be legit. Maybe I keep this out just in case it dots. Because I could get the cruci burn, maybe. Dirty water. It hasn't even done it. It was luring me in. All right, 2 photos. Holy night. 2 photos. All right. Your shadow again. Stop it. No. Back off. Ashley, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. All right, it went back. Wait. Okay, let's go get the EMF reading. Yeah. No, I don't have the EMF in there. I thought about that too. It's always an easy one and I forget about it every time. What are we sussing right now? You know, I'm not sure. Maddox was sussing a little bit of a Raiju because the heartbeat might have been a little bit too much, beady baba, but right now I'm not sure. So we still have another cruci bite. Right? I need 1 more photo. Like, dot ghost right now, please. Dude, that was a good dot photo. Dolphin, thank you for the biddies. She just wanted a soundtrack. She just wanted a beat. That was crisp. You see the outline of her face? Her body. I could frame that. I should frame that. True AF. All right, we're going over here. Dude, F off. Will you leave me alone, you bully? Shut up. Okay, that felt like a Raiju heartbeat. I'm like 101% sure. Yeah, that last one right there was really aggressive. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, I think you're right. But the problem is that she's following me everywhere. She's in my raccoon wounds, dude. Aaron, hello. Some deep beats. We should have ourselves a fast ghosty with all these electronics. She likes me. Well, tell her to stop. Keep up the Dolphin. Thank you. Coco, thank you for the biddies. You guys with the hype train. I don't want her to like me. She wants your pickle dude. That's a message. You typed that out and you sent it and everything. Wild. Crazy. Hey, no TV, Grandma. Who she thinks paying the electric bill here? Me. I can do what I want. What ghost can a dead player not see? Well, it's not a matter. Oh, what ghost things can what ghost things can a dead player not see? Hold, please. She went down there. That's a Raiju. Did you hear the normal speed? Oh my god, dude. The heartbeat. Good god. I have to like turn my volume down. Alright. Well, the smudge is useless. It doesn't matter. Got all the photos. We got all the videos. We got all the audio. That is definitely a Raiju. And that's that. And we are out of here. Yahtzee. She bolted. Yeah, we heard her sprinting because of the electronics. And then she went normal speed when she went garage and downstairs into the basement. For sure. It's not funny. I do have the bone, right? I think I picked up the bone because I took a photo of it. Yeah. Yeah. I picked up the bone. Yeah, for sure. Dude, you have me second guessing. I'm like, I think I did. Pretty sure I did. Yeah. Lindsay, thank you so much. Mint, thank you for the 2 months. Just making sure. I appreciate it. God forbid, I'll forget it. If someone's going to forget it, I'll do it. Yeah, it has to Raiju. There's definitely a bug right now where, and it's been in the game for a while, where the Raiju, whenever you have line of sight and it can see you, even during events, your heartbeat is like bass boosted. And we don't know why this happens, but it does. And you could hear it on those last couple ones. It was very, very loud. But either way, we knew what it was by the hunt. So parabolic tier 3, thank God. And there we go. Perfect. Lovely. Maybe you have a pacemaker. Oh, only whenever we go after a Raiju, though. Imagine if it's a hidden ability. I know, right? Like it's supposed to happen. That'd be crazy. Moon, thank you for the gifted. Nero, welcome in. Oh, my Lanta. Okay. Well, that's insanity. So I guess we'll move on to... No, not Tom. This one. Actually, I am going to do this one. No evidence. So let's see. Preset, pro, ghost, evidence given, 0. There we go. There it is. Raiju's trophy is a lightning bolt. Isn't that a Jin? The Jin's is a lightning bolt. Yeah, Raiju, I think, is a electronic one. Yeah, they're like all little sparks. Got to get the kids to bed now. Bella, have a good night, friend. What is one thing most important in Phas? Stay alive. If you don't stay alive, then you're dead. I'm just here with all the advice. Crossing fingers for an easy map, just not large, right? You're welcome. Anytime. Up is smudge. Down is fudge. I think that's what Chinggis says. Right, Chinggis? Chinggis, we do refer to them now. Doc and I do refer to them now as brownie frownies, though, when you have an accident. If you don't stay alive, you're dead. That's right. Ryder, I'm just here to help. Everyone in my Faz group has Tom's custom save now. It's a really good custom. I like it a lot. I love after all this time playing Phasmophobia, I still get scared, and I don't want that to go away. And you shouldn't want that to go away. You want them to ramp up how terrifying the game can be. After all, how comfortable that we are now, we want it to change. For sure. Bionic Berry, thank you for the new tier 1. All right. No evidence. Random map. Please be kind to us. I can definitely upgrade you, and I'm going to. Let's see. Once I unlock everything, we can do some more challenge stuff too, because then I can do random everything because I'll have all the items, all that jazz. But for now, that is a yes, please. All right. Where are we going? Zero evidence random map. Pleasey. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Look at all those upgrades, I know. Yeah, we can save Miss Josie. My most common ghost type is a Raiju. I don't think that's changed. Yeah. It's been a Raiju for quite a long time now. Oh, the Bleasdale door is extremely loud. Stupidly loud. Yeah. So hopefully they fix it. All right. No evidence time. What do we have? Ruth Carter. We need to incense. We need to repel while it's chasing, capture a photo, and firelight. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. And now we have the tier 3 parabolic, which is beautiful. The tier 3 parabolic is so good because it can hear a floor above and below. So that's going to be super nice. Any advice on headphones? Mine are starting to sound like a blown speaker. I really like mine. I wear Arctis 7s. Like, it's an old model, but what's really nice about them is that on glasses, they don't push your glasses that much. You know what I mean? They don't push the glasses that much. Yeah. Glazing the Paramic. You need to stop watching TikTok. Upstairs, maybe. Nothing like coming off of a 12-hour shift at the hospital, immediately watch the Faz stream. We need dinner every time I have a shift. Oh, I appreciate you. Hope the shift was good. There's Josie. Hi, Miss Josie. We'll return to you. I promise. Oh, son of a... I think the power and the ghost are upstairs. I think. I have trouble reading the TV no matter the size of the brightness. Yeah, fair enough. These have been good for me. Experience, like, just speaking from experience. Speaking from experience, these have been great. First the power. Spider? No spider. No, ghost is definitely not in the attic. It's up here somewhere. Let's stand back here real fast. What else do I have on me? Okay. Fit you perfectly. Everything you want in the headphones. Plus they aren't. Oh, are they really? Are they less than $100? That's nice. Steel Series. Yeah. Arctis 7 Steel Series. Diana Phelps, thank you for the sub. Knox, welcome in. Maybe there? I just touched away. Wait. That was a window touch. Are you in here? You in here? Or is that the office? Repo or Phasmo? This is Phasmo. Yeah. Wireless. This is $67. That's good. It's especially good. Did you? Oh, you piece of trash. It's especially good because if they start to go on you and you need to buy another pair, they're not super expensive. Listen, a-hole. You're actually in here, aren't you? Is there a way to get in the locked door in the office? Yeah, it's a hiding spot. So if you have hiding spots not completely open, there's a possibility this is locked. Like that's locked for me, but it's a hiding spot. If you could design a game mode where you could play as the ghost, what would it be like? I wouldn't want that. Yeah, I would not want a game mode inside of this game where you can play as the ghost. It wouldn't make sense. All right, ghost. Well, you're doing your thing, so I'll return. Never seen a ghost in that room? It's a pretty cool room. Let's leave that there. I have no idea what the cursed object is. Let's go get Miss Josie. My 3 uses. I'll get Miss Josie, Meow Fury, and Milo. There we go. Love all the new sounds. I do too. The new sounds that they have, like Bleasdale already had a bunch of new sounds in it, but all the new sounds that they've added for the ghost, all the new whispers and stuff, necessary. Very necessary. You bet the item, you bet the cursed item's the paw. Well, it's not inside of that room right now, so it's definitely not the paw. I don't know how to break it to you. But there they are. There's my doggo. Why are you so bright, Josie? I can't help it. Jesus Christ. Nope, still very bright. Maybe tarot? Yeah, I haven't looked. The only place I looked was where the monkey paw was. Zig! Ziggly, thank you for the biddies. Who other pets? These two, anyway. This is Tom NK21. That's his kitty Milo. And then there's Epic Tight Pants. That's her kitty, big old Meow Furian. Yeah. What if they added PvP mode to this? No, it'd be awful. Absolutely not. Maybe music box, maybe. Maybe. $25 down the drain. Wait, what happened? What happened? The puppy with shoes. Yeah, all the creators and the developer and everything like that, all those, that's who all those pets belong to. Yeah. Yeah. You spent $25 on bits? Oh, I understand. Yeah, I know that feeling. I do it often. Thank you, though. I do appreciate it. Let's go back up to the room. We'll bring a crucifix. I guess I could bring the EMF because we're going to need a photo eventually. Pull out a firelight, capture a photo. I'll bring that because we know we need the photo. I'm not going to get freezing because we have no evidence. No evidence. All right, let's bring more stuff. We're going to have to choo-choo train this. PvP in a paranormal investigation game. I mean, there's games that do have something like that. But have you noticed how those games are not like extraordinarily popular? Not like a paranormal way. I mean, you have something like DBD, but that's not anything even close. Which webcam? I'm using a Sony a5100 mirrorless camera with a Sigma, what is that? 16 millimeter 1.4 aperture lens. Sigma. Shut up. Love gaming with the AirPods over the special. Really? I don't mind. I definitely don't mind having earbuds in from time to time. Rather than always wearing these guys. It's nice. Is that what bro did? Damn, skibbity. How did I gift? I never spend money on them. Wait, what? Oh, I don't know, Ryder. I'm not sure. Is the array still the same with the door shutting? Yes. Ironically, it's exactly the same. It hasn't changed, which kind of sucks. kind of sucks. We'll bring that guy. We'll bring that guy. We'll bring this guy. Hey, Derpy, so late. You're good. How long are we streaming tonight? I mean, it's 11:30. Not going to be going too much longer. What up, Ray? Welcome in. Want to try those headphones that sit outside your ear, not overhead. Oh, I know what you mean. Imagine if I saw an orb. Nothing? Nothing? All right. All right, Dingle. Nothing? Okay, come back. Do you prefer tripod or no tripod? Ever since the Chronicle update, I've been liking doing both. The reason for that is because if I want to try to record something in the truck and I'm using like the writing book or the ghost walking in salt or something like that, it's way easier to record it whenever the camera's on the ground than it is on the tripod. So I've been liking both. But again, that's the nice part about the Chronicle update is it's changing the way you do things. And I like that. I don't want it to be the same all the time. All right, let's now bring in more things. So I could light that firelight and to cancel out an Onryo. See you, Ziggly. Watch YouTube for a bed. Yeah, no worries, man. Whenever I put it on the floor, the ghost throws the camera. It is more likely to throw a tier 1 or a tier 2 than it is a tier 3, even though it still will throw a tier 3. But if it's doing it a lot, then yeah, your best bet's to do a tripod. What are you doing? Yeah, okay. Haven't played in forever. Has much changed? If you haven't played in forever, I would go to venture out into the world and say yes. There. And there. Vid of what? The EMF? You can't do that. I don't know what you're going to take a video of. All right, we have object thrown already, so careful, SpongeBob. No. Okay, good talk. Love the new voices you can get on the recording. They're so spooky. I love them. Aren't they great? Gotcha. Okay, so we got the motion sensor. Let's see. I've got my lighter on me. So we can do this. We can get this. Wait. Throw you down. Throw you down. Lighter. Give. Hi. Will they add a new cursed item? Maybe eventually, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. Oh no, I missed it. Yeah, I think I missed it. Gosh darn it. All right, there's one blowout. Would you relax? Shut up. Oh, Ziggly, you're on both ends. See you, dude. Had a ghost tell you it was cold. You know, I had the same thing happen to me, and I wish that that was like a very specific thing for a Hantu. I wish. I was hoping it was a Hantu, but it's not. There's a sound where the ghost will tell you that it's cold. What the hell? Any idea what a new cursed item would be? No, no clue. Oh, that's what that sound was. Oh, can't be a mare. Shanks. Are you going to do this or what? Thank you. Oh, no, that's probably going to be paranormal talking. Damn it. Shut up. Go ahead, record it. Jerk. Gosh. love that it's a bony. It's pretty great. Did you see there was a paranormal investigator that was taking... I did hear about that. It was all over TikTok. Completed this week's challenge is extreme, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. No evidence? I mean, it's supposed to be. Yeah. Oh, gross. It's a kid. Oh, no. Ew. Well, I got all 3 of the audio. I need 2 video and a bunch of photo. Gross. Just gross. All right, let's light this one more time. Oh, don't want to throw away that. I'd rather drop that for now. All right, I have 2 crucifixes in this room, so hopefully when it blows that out, it'll stop it. Sleepy, welcome in. Andrew, thank you for the follows. Welcome, welcome. Dude, this map, I keep hearing random things in the distance in like one of my ears. Yeah. Go on. Can I record that as audio? Ghost wants to make music. I mean, I could go downstairs and play the piano, but that's not going to be very helpful for Ghosty right now, is it? Okay. I could go find the cursed object. Really, I need to find the bone. I need a photo of the bone. I can get a photo of the cursed object. Yeah, exactly. Eternal. Yeah. Exactly. So maybe I keep these on me and we go on a search. Salt. Absolutely. You're 100% right. Zerapito, thank you for the sub. Oh, let's check in here. Hold on. Oh, no, Lilith. Sad. No tarot cards. I don't see any bone laying around. You saved Josie and Kat. We appreciate your service. If the ghost is crawling, is it possible for it to crawl under the motion sensor? No, the hitbox is still the same. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I got too close, but I mean, I did see it though. No boner jams? No. Frank? No, Lilith. Oh, you mean, no, I don't think it's Frank. I love the old assets in the attic. I do too. It's a really cool touch. No mirror. Maybe it is Frank. I thought I looked over here though. No, no Frank. Can wraiths hover above the motion sensor if it's too low? No, it's not like that. The ghost still walks the same. It's just not going to leave an imprint in the salt. That's all. Oh, hey, gotta hand it to you. It's a good spot. Do we have... Oh, it could be the board. I did come over here. Oh, it must be. Which means I could get a photo and video of the board. That was handy. Good, good, good. Yes, that's open. Thank God. Yes, sirree, Bob Doohickey. There it is. Get a photo. And then... How old are you? Goodbye. I'm sorry. What did that just say? Jen! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Did that say what I thought it said? Is it 69? How old are you? Goodbye. have it anywhere. Okay. We need 1 video and I need 2 photos. Figured out through my terrible DPD games. My friends need to see an actual... Don't you dare put that on me. I could always make it hunt. Do that. I could get video of it hunting. I'd rather not get photo of that. I've got the EMF reading. I've got bone. We've got Ouija. I don't know if there's any other, like, easy... I mean, the crucifix, I guess. I could drain my sanity and do that. I could get video and photo of that, actually. Oh, that sounded like a carnival, and that was awful. Well, Jen, I hope that the stream was good, though. Weren't you once referred to as that? Listen, it happens from time to time. Dirty water. Well, I mean, am I supposed to go take a dump in it? I wonder. Ayla, I swear to God. Why? So I can't get video or anything of that going off by itself. The ghost literally just interacted with that and I can't get video of it. Wow. Imagine, dude. I don't understand why you can't get video of it. That doesn't make sense. Play some Peak. How'd it go? It's a fun game. Ah, gotcha. Okay. I was like, please let it be there long enough for me to get it. And it was. So, video, we're done. We're spending most of this time getting media, not even figuring out what the ghost is. All right. Couldn't get past the tropics. Oh, so much poison. Have you ever gotten a picture of levitating? You know what's funny? No, I have not. I could try. I have 2 more deletes on me. A flashlight would be nice for this, but you never know, I guess. Check for sanity. Oh, that was gone ages ago. I don't even know what I can throw in here, to be honest. Oh, yeah, the salt for the video. Oh, yeah. Well, funny enough, didn't even need it. Hey, Wise, how are you? What's sanity? I'm not sure. I've heard about it, though. It sounds... That's a Raiju. I knew what it was before it started moving. We knew that that was a Raiju because of the heartbeat. That's exactly how I knew. That's a quick 69-year-old. Wow. And it I'm just a little curious as to how it avoided the crucifixes. Okay. Put that there. We need more smudges. And I need a photo. You know what? I don't care what they say about you. Ruth, you're a gem. Yeah. Asking these shall receive. That heartbeat is crazy. Okay, I don't, and you see I'm above 50 and it hunted because it was near electronics. That is why. All right, we needed to eat the crucifix, but I only have one in there. Man, that would probably be why it avoided it. I thought I had two in there. I guess not. What map is this? This is Bleasdale. Yeah, they revamped Bleasdale a bit ago. This is what we got. Is the ghost here or is it in the hall? Okay. I'm going to go back and get my photo camera now. Do you still have access to the old Bleasdale as partner? Or is that just Asylum? I'm pretty sure I have access to the old Bleasdale. Treated crucifix. Damn. Elena. Okay, you're here. If you, please eat the crucifix. Please eat the crucifix. Elena, thank you for the subs, friendo. Should you upgrade the photo cam or the video cam first? My suggestion? I mean, the tier 2 photo camera is significantly better than the tier 1. That might be just me, though. All right, you're near electronics. We know you can hunt early. Get on with it. So much trouble with freezing temps. Oh, just dying so fast? Well, freezing temps, I mean, if you're using the tier 1 thermometer, that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough no matter how you slice it. But to make it a little bit easier, make sure that you're turning the power on to the building first. Turn the power on. That way it'll warm up. And then let it warm up for like a minute or two. Eat this. Let it warm up for like a minute or two and then walk around and look for the coldest room. And if you're worried about your sanity dropping, you can do like this and turn the light onto the room to prevent sanity loss. If you're in a smaller room like this, if you turn the main light to the room on, it'll stop passive sanity drain. I need the ghost to eat the crucifix. Tier 1 thermo's rough. It used to be awesome. It was OP at one point, but them days is long gone. Unfortunately. Just asking, is they fix the Rise You heartbeat being weird? Now how would I know it's a... What? How would you know? How would you know if it's a Rise You if they fix that weird heartbeat thing? Because it speeds up near electronics and it's normal speed when it's not. Dude, okay. I'm draining my sanity. Lights on. What up, turd? Already got that photo, right? Yeah, ghost. All right, eat the crucifix. I should definitely be within hunting range now. No matter what. The fact that it's not hunting, wild. Always so much about the game. Process teaching of others. Gold nasty. I appreciate you. I just needed to try to eat the crucifix. Just once. Just once. What up, turd? Quite a tough guy when I've got 2 crucifixes and a couple of smudges on me. There we go. Video, photo, audio, objectives, ghosty, goodbye. The louder heartbeat bug covered up a different tell that can't be used at the moment. Did I know about the other tell? Child goes 69 years old. They hunt when they feel like it. I feel like you told me about it, Zero, and I don't remember what it was. Well, there we go. There's a no evidence run, friends, with perfection. The audio said hi. It sang and gave us roses. And we out of here. That should be a Raiju. Should be. Time to skedaddle. That's right. Pete, thank you for the 5 months.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready.
We would have figured it out by the hunt anyway, but we could have figured it out from an event because of the heartbeat. It was just funny enough. It was funny enough that when it hunted the first time, it hunted early because it was near electronics, but during the grace period where the ghost can't actually start charging me yet, I could hear the louder heartbeat. So I knew what the ghost was during the grace period. I don't know if there's another ghost that I'd be able to do that with. Not right now anyway. It's a bug. It's definitely, there's no way that that's intended. There's no shot, but still cool though. So yeah, nicely done. And ads are about to play. Perfect. Gold Nasty. Thank you for the 10 subs. If you had electronic disturbance, but no heartbeat since the electronic disturbance. Oh, yeah. That's intended, though. Yeah, that's intended. Gold Nasty. Thank you, dude. Gotta head to bed. Good night, Relentless. Have a good night, friend. I didn't bring water down here. I was like, I feel dehydrated. And now I know why. Now I know why. Tam, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Amanda, hello. Thank you so much for the heart me. When the power's on, how can you tell it's a Raiju and not a Jin? Because it'll speed up near electronics without even having line of sight. So a Raiju, no matter what, if it's near electronics, it's if the power's on and you're like, oh, but it was that speed up a Jin, is it still going fast when it doesn't have line of sight of you? Indy, what the? Couldn't just let me end the night gracefully, could you? Oh my goodness gracious. You're welcome, of course, anytime. Oh my Lanta. You couldn't get the sound recording to work? Wait, what happened? Now we have the bad wheel? Yeah. I'm hoping that I'm not getting hydrated that way. It is intended, but the heartbeat's loud. Is loud because it's currently at 15 meters for the Raiju. So they only tell, oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, what Zero's talking about right now is that the interference for electronics for Raiju is a larger radius than the other ghosts. So if you are getting disturbance on your electronic further than normal, that's a good sign that it could be a Raiju. And what did we say, 15 meters? Something like that. It never recorded the events when it was obvious sounds. I don't know. It's been better for me. It's been way better. The recording of events and everything for the different sound recorders, it's been great. Chaos, welcome in. 24-hour stream is this Saturday. This Saturday. Why is the general audio insurance mascot promoting a racing game? I got nothing. Finally captured the 4th type of Pulte explosion. Which was it? What do you have? You have the normal one. You have the levitate into the explosion. What are the other two? We'll do the spin after the ads are done. I had no problem with video recording though, so that was fun. It might have been the tier. It might have been because it was like tier 1 or something. Yeah. Seal. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for the prime. Throw, levitate. Oh, throw, levitate and throw. Levitate and drop. Levitate and throw at the player. Oh, it will levitate all the objects and throw them directly at the player. Is that the one you just got? Oh. Dude, that would be... It can. Oh, the last one does sound like a nightmare. I would have to agree. Can you? It's wicked cool, dude. That would be if you turn around and realize that all the items are in the air and then they all fly at you. Yikes! Imagine just just exiting and the Pulte does that. All items go thrown out of the house. That would actually be kind of funny. Yeah. All right. Well, we did reach a ting. Making gifts now. I'll send. Yes, please. I would love to see them. Yes, please. Hopefully we're in the kitchen. Oh, for the Pulte? Oh, man. That's a brownie frowny right there. I'd want to throw a book through my head. I've had a couple objects getting chucked to me really aggressively. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Had a glitch happen the other night where the ghost appeared on the ceiling, then on the floor. On the ceiling? You weren't recording, were you? Yeah, Wheel of Pain. That's basically what it is. Yeah. Yeah. All right. No delay. We just do. What if you guys chose like free pass? Is that a choice? Free pass. Like, you know what? Immediately she says spicy. She didn't hesitate. Nope, it's Mod's choice. It's Mod's choice. Matthew. On the purple side. Gosh dang it. Teehee. Teehee indeed. Teehee indeed. No, it's not sodas. They voted for spicy. It's sriracha. Sriracha. Gosh dang it. Wait, is that one of the better ones on here though? Actually, yes, it is. I always get habanero. It's either habanero or Carolina Reaper. That is actually a better one, but I know I'm going to grab the wrong one with the wrong color. Hey, Burn, how's it going? There's like, they're in here as like little individual packs. So I've been opening them as I need them. All right. Should have Doc send you some hot sauce. I'm not doing Doc's hot sauce, the chip runs. Man, they just need to write what bean it is on the bean. They literally just need to write on it. This is this one. Because one mistake and you're eating a Carolina Reaper. You're a mistake away from having a really bad night. Like, that bag is nothing but Carolina Reapers. What the Is it this one? No. Like a pill? No, that's not fair. No, I can't do that. Downing it like a pill would be rude. It would be not the way. Okay, well, you might get a double out of this because I might be eating the wrong one. I have a feeling I'm going to eat the wrong one. What plans do you have for the 24-hour? For the 24-hour, honestly, man, I don't have a lot planned right now. Just gamble it. Unfortunately, I think I have to. The plan that I have right now is just honestly to do a bunch of games, man. Do a bunch of games. Okay, I can't tell. Where's the picture? Give me the photo. Those two are like identical. It's so mean. Sriracha and habanero are like identical. Well, F it, I guess. No, it's not your fault. You didn't do. I don't know why. They need to label these. I guess we'll find out which one it is in a second. That's not sriracha. That's not sriracha. Nope. I have nothing to drink in this room. No. That's the second hottest bean in that jar. Need some milk? Yeah, I might. Oh, I might. I mean, it's not going to be, it'll be warm, but I might have a soda over there. Yep, turning red. Yeah, it's hot. Give me a second. I'm going to go see if I have a soda in the other room. Fell in love with the game a few days ago. I love it, man. And it's so good. 1 second, please. You have sodas in the fridge. You can hush your lips. I'd rather not drink a soda right now, but it's fine. I already had the PB&J. It's gone. Man. Why'd I even spin it? You can hear the urgency. It's hot, man. Okay? It's so hot. Almost done for the night? Yeah, we're close. This helps. Oh my God. Woo! That is a spicy. You know, we did no evidence. It is midnight. Maybe we do call it there. I was going to get back into it, but I'm like, that might be a mistake. Maybe try a less spicy one to bring the heat down. That was supposed to be the less spicy one. It was supposed to be that. All right. TikToks and tubes. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I will be live again Friday. I'm pretty sure. Okay. I'm planning to still be live Friday as of right now. I will probably not be live Sunday because I will be live for 24 hours starting Saturday. That day, for that day, I'm planning to do, I'll have some games set out to play through the day. And then I'll have some random goals. If we hit certain things, I'll make certain things happen for the day. Zero expectations. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. But thank you guys so much. We're going to go find someone to raid on the Twitch side. I appreciate you, friends. Oh my God. Where's the commitment? You hush your butt. Nitro, thank you for the follow, man. Holy crap. It's so spicy. It's just like, it hits you and it just stays with you, you know? It doesn't leave. It's coming down a little bit, but man. How do I know a ghost is a djinn? By the evidence. You could definitely know by the evidence. If you're trying to figure out a djinn without the evidence, then the ghost speeds up when it has line of sight of you when the power's on. Can you feel your taste buds? I mean, it's not so hot to where it burns all of that away, but it's definitely still very hot.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Shark Baits. Have a wonderful night, friend. All right, let me start searching. Can you never? What does that mean? What kind of a question is that? Whew. What a way to end the night. Am I right? Do. Gonna see you when those 24 hours are coming around. Take care till then. I appreciate you, Ayla. Next level is the hot ones Pringles. Do you want me to get some hot ones Pringles? Should I add that to my like list of things to do? My plan for the 24 hour, again, zero expectations, but I still wanted there to be like, if we reach this, I'll do this kind of thing, right? You work in a prison, so the prison map is your least favorite to do. I mean, if I worked in a certain building and that certain building just so happened to be a map, I probably wouldn't want to play it either. Hot ones, instant noodles. Oh my God. I have those super spicy noodles. I've done them here before. Hot one Pringles for the 24 hour. Maybe. Listen, I have the suggestion channel in Discord. I'm open to literally everything. Mad, thank you so much for the sub. And Zero Pido, thank you for the biddy. High school teachers beware of brownstone. Yeah, something like that. Peak. Oh, I'll be playing Peak during the 24 hour. Yes, I plan on that for sure. Peak, possibly going to do a dive back into Lethal Company because I haven't played in forever. Could you guys do the most cursed again? At some point, yeah. I just have to come up with new rules. The Bulldog noodles are so good. No, they are not. Who lied to you? Or who hurt you? They are not good. You can't taste anything after you're done. It is awful. They so are? You guys like them? I can't do it. I've had them, but it was one of our goals. Oh my God. What was that creepy game that's like cardboard animated? That's like cardboard animated? If you're thinking of claymation, that's the Midnight Walk. You all love them? What is wrong with all of you? Mel, they're eating hot noodles and they're burning their buttholes. You just bought some today. Dude, they're so hot. I love hot stuff, so none of it really bought. Man, I don't know how you do it. Sounds about right. I can't, man. Will you play again? I really do need to finish that. I know. Today I was going to do something different, but it's just been this past 2 weeks. There's been so much random planning that we've had to do as a family. Good things, but still planning. I just have had zero time to think outside of that and doing videos and everything. Yeah. Mail, how was stream? I was watching for a bit when I was working out earlier, and then I had a bunch of family stuff to do. Oh, Jay, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, Crib, it is about to. I only used about half. Okay. Well, maybe that's what it was. Maybe when I did it, I think we went full send just to be painful. Fun being a PNG person for a while. Never hurts. I ate a hot bean to finish my night, so here we are. But we're just talking about the 24 hour for Saturday and the possibilities. Too much going on to deal with the cam? Fair. Very, very fair. Guys, if you're not following the lovely Miss Epic Tight Pants, we saved little Malfurion earlier tonight. Please make sure that you check her out in the rest of midnight. Please. Lockdown Protocol is amazing. It's a fun game. I haven't played since the update. Always have to do double sauce because it isn't enough. Immigration stuff is in full swing though. Good. Get it over with. Dealing with the spiciness can help not think about other things happening at the time. Man, I heard you about being able to bring your kitties. Any surprises for the... Well, if there were any surprises, would it be a surprise if I told you no? I don't. But would it? It would no longer be a surprise. Oh my goodness. Okay, the heat has like subsided, so we're good now. Everything is fine. We are good to go. What time does it start? It's probably going to start around like 9 a.m., Katie, like 9 a.m. Eastern. My goal, the reason for doing that is because if I start early in the morning, I will have energy throughout the day to go through the day. And then when it's nighttime and I usually go to sleep, just suffer through it, get through it, and make it to the next morning. I think a bad idea is doing a 24-hour stream where you start at nighttime thinking, oh, well, I'll end at night, then I can go to sleep. Good luck. Good luck streaming for 24 hours when you're already tired. All the chat can change your lights. Yeah. Okay. That is enough jibber jabbering. Have you ever done a 24-hour? I have. Yeah, I've done a 24-hour where I've never slept. I've done a 24-hour where I did sleep and I slept in here. It was like I did like a 4-hour nap in here inside of a small tent. Plenty of water. Oh yeah, I'll make sure. I'll eat, drink, all that jazz for sure. Yeah. But I've done one. It's just been a long time. So that's why I made it an extended goal last month and we reached it. So I was like, all right, well, we're going for it. What is the sleep you speak of? Great. I'm pretty sure the kill doesn't know what that means. He has no idea. But things that I do have coming up though, outside of the 24-hour stream. So we have 24-hour stream on Saturday, right? And then at the end of the month on the 28th, I am gone that Monday and Wednesday because I am on vacation. So the 28th and the 30th, I will be outie. Thank you so much for the Prime. Sleep is overrated. No, sleep is great. We love sleep around here. Getting on and watching around 11 MST. To wake up that early, that's fair. On vacation then too. Hey, there you go. Vacation, what's that? When you go somewhere, never come back. Hey, Nighthawk, too late. Yeah, we're about to raid out. Saturday. Off all day. Let's go. You can keep me company. That's also your man. Everyone's going on vacation. First one with the family in like 8 years. Oh, that's awesome. We are going to the beach with another family, one of our friends that I've known forever and their family. So it'll be awesome. I'm super excited. Life is a vacation. Okay, no need to brag, Ann. Love the videos. Help so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the freaking sub before you even chatted. I appreciate you so much. Going to this lovely Airbnb. Nice. On Tanglewood Drive. Not a lot of vacation for a while. What shall I do? Oh, I don't know. Walk outside. Rad, have a good one. Talking this damn island. Maybe this is 24 hours and missed the whole thing. There you go. There you go. All right, listen, let's get out of here. Friends, if you're a follower, that's for you. If you're a sub, that's for you. My little creepy tier 3s, you have your own special one right there. We are going to go visit Mrs. Break of Daylight. We're going to go say hi to Break. She's doing DeFeas. She's doing a surprise stream as we speak. I'm not exactly sure what she's doing. I can't tell. Fart raid. Listen, if you decide to play fart blurps, I'm not going to stop you, but I didn't encourage this. Okay. I didn't say do it. It wasn't me. She has blurp and people play these fart blurps like all the time. And I don't know why. It's crazy. It's weird. Yeah. Hi, Hattie. How are you, friend? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for all the love. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the subs. We are getting so close to the monthly goal already. Craziness. California, thank you for the 4 months. So close. So close. You guys are amazeballs. I will see you guys on Friday for more shenanigans. We'll see what we're going to get up to. And then we have a 24-hour stream happening on Saturday. You guys are amazing. I love you all. Peace.